When he opens his eyes, he's shocked to realize he's still alive. On top of that, he has no idea where he is. A sudden flood of memories hits him, bringing a pounding headache. Memories of the hopeless loser who originally owned this body. But that doesn't bother Shulo at all. He opens a portal to another world and gets sucked in instantly. A flood of system notifications greets him, congratulating him on returning after being offline for 100 years. While he was gone, he earned 70 alternate energy points per second, adding up to an insane total of 221 billion points. But it's only because he remained the top 1 player for the whole time and no one reached his level yet. On top of that, he receives a mythic rank treasure for defeating the 9th rank monster wave, the battle that killed him last time. Without hesitation, Shulo uses the treasure to multiply his energy points by 999 times, turning the number into something almost impossible to spend. Then he's given a chance to choose a new class, and without a second thought, he picks the Necromancer class. Why? Because its only weakness is the massive amount of alternate energy needed to upgrade summons, and that's not a problem for Shulo anymore. Necromancers are soul harvesters. After killing a monster, they have a 1% chance to claim its soul and make it a pet. These pets cannot be traded and possess unlimited loyalty, requiring only half the usual experience to upgrade. Additionally, necromancers have the unique ability to evolve their pets, a hallmark of the mythical class. Our protagonist remembers his previous life, in which he cleared 70 worlds within 10 years. Now, he resolves to clear every level perfectly in this new life, aiming to become the world's strongest. Shulo enters the first alternate world, Nightmare Source. The system explains the safe area, called Doomsday Town, and reminds him that fighting is forbidden within its boundaries. It then asks if he wants to keep his old ID or choose a new one. Our hero opts for 0. As class shifters enter Doomsday Town, many remark that it feels uncannily real, and the crowd buzzes with talk of monsters. Suddenly, the system announces the first world quest, causing a flurry of panic as everyone scrambles to team up and prepare. Meanwhile, our hero calmly reviews his own stats. The initial mission requires them to break Doomsday cycles by defeating 1,000 monsters and collecting 10 silver coins. Completing these tasks will activate the first world boss. Once defeated, they may advance to the second world. After assessing the rules, our boy notes that little has changed. He then decides to buy equipment first, and promptly makes his way to the store where Charles, the boss, welcomes him. Surveying the selection, he finds the best item is a 1-star staff. After placing 100 copper coins, the starter gift, on the counter, our protagonist requests it. The onlookers are shocked by his choice. Some question why he would spend all his money on a staff that offers little attack power, suggesting a full set of unrefined gear would be wiser. He thanks them for their concern and leaves. A girl explains that only higher star weapons can refine attributes, increasing attack power automatically. Another man counters that such rare items can't be easily upgraded, so refining a 1-star staff seems reckless. As Shulo heads down a narrow street, the crowd gossips, convinced our hero lacks understanding, since real progress supposedly requires spending money. Examining the staff, our boy reflects that most class shifters receive limited energy from monsters, making it nearly impossible to refine 1-star equipment, yet he has an abundance of alternate energy. With a sly smile, he praises his own fortune and begins upgrading the staff. Although the process consumes only 1 energy point and the success rate is low, our protagonist persists. After several attempts, Shu finally succeeds, elevating his equipment to the highest level. The system congratulates him for obtaining the golden attribute. As he grips the staff, our boy announces his readiness for battle, prepared to demonstrate his true power. In the first alternate world, the nightmare for new class shifters has just begun, with different monsters attacking them. Facing such low-level beasts, class shifters can defeat them, but a single hit from these monsters will still result in death. All the shifters are struggling to fight back while our boy steps forward, uses the burning effect, and kills the monster with his first strike, leaving all present people in shock. After killing that monster, which was a level 1 giant mutant rat, Shulo receives 10,000 alternate energy and even gains a bonus. While killing this monster, our protagonist discovers that mythical shapeshifters have buffs with basic attributes, including top-level equipment as well. Moreover, ordinary class shifters are required to form a team to kill a giant mutant rat, while he can defeat them one by one on his own. Everyone's attention is focused on Shulo, with people discussing how he must be an experienced class shifter given his golden equipment and his technique for killing monsters. They can't believe he has so much alternate energy in the early stages, enough to refine a beginner's staff. However, they soon start calling Shulo the big boss, someone very strong who leads the team during battle. On the other hand, our boy is planning to hunt higher-level beasts, because fighting such low-level enemies won't help him gain anything meaningful. In this alternate world, aside from these level 1 rats, there are level 3 to 4 poisonous spiders, level 5 to 7 armored scorpions, level 8 to 9 wild boars, and the ultimate boss, the level 10 violent boar king. For now, Shulo is heading toward the level 3 beasts in the abandoned factory. While he's making his plan, a man appears with two girls, introducing themselves as a healer, a shielder, and a damage dealer, offering to form a team with him. Without hesitation, our protagonist rejects the offer and walks away. Meanwhile, the three watch his back in shock, as the man remarks that Shuluo's aura is scarier than the beasts themselves, and the healer girl agrees. Seeing him walk toward the factory where high-level beasts are present, they can't help but idolize him even more, since he is going to face such dangerous enemies alone. As our hero fights the monsters one by one, each victory makes him even stronger, raising his levels bit by bit. Moving forward, Shuluo has killed plenty of rat and spider monsters, resulting in leveling up 3 consecutive times. Checking his progress on the screen, our boy notices he has gained 18 attribute points to use freely. Moreover, since the Beast Tamer class has the same growth path as a mage, he needs to increase spell casting speed, damage stability, and agility. Looking at the Fireball upgrade, Shuluo realizes that ordinary classes don't choose this path, as it's not a powerful trait. They prefer to increase alternate energy instead. As for him, he has more than enough energy, so he chooses to upgrade the Fireball trait, increasing it up to grade A, the highest level, with the damage level rising to 140%. Looking at his overall progress, our protagonist is confident he'll reach level 8 as soon as he completes the first 2 world quests. Staring at the screen, a smirk appears on his face as he notes that his traits are now sufficient to fight the ultimate boss, which means he will soon complete the first world. At that moment, Shuluo hears a faint whisper from another abandoned place. Walking toward the gigantic door ahead, our boy opens it and sees a man named Carl, sitting with one limb cut off, mumbling and crying in pain, his face covered in bruises. Observing Carl, our hero contemplates the resemblance of this alternate world to the real one. With hope and a desire for revenge, Carl begs our protagonist to wipe out the scorpions that killed his children and wife. After analyzing the situation, the system asks our hero if he wants to accept the mission to eradicate the scorpions. Shuluo accepts, thinking about how he obtained most of his equipment from NPC missions rather than simply by killing monsters. The system then shows the details. Armored scorpions and their leader, the Armored Emperor Scorpion, are present in the Doomsday Factory, and his mission is to wipe out every last one. After this, he will receive plenty of rewards. Sometime later, Shuluo is standing in the Doomsday Factory. He senses the existence of something else besides the scorpions here, but since his main priority is the scorpions, he decides to focus only on them. After this, he greets the scorpions with a smile as they attack our boy, but Shuluo is ready to fight them with his golden staff. Amidst the fighting, one of the armored scorpions activates the skill collision. After struggling for a while, our boy finally succeeds in killing that scorpion. Even though the fireball is very powerful, at the same time, it consumes a lot of mana. From his previous life, Shuluo remembers that if he succeeds in wiping off a certain limit of these scorpions, he can force the Armored Scorpion Emperor to come into the scene. After some time and struggle, our protagonist finally succeeds in getting the Emperor Scorpion out from its hideout. As for the moment, his main target is killing the Emperor before running out of mana. After attacking again and again, Shu isn't able to damage the scorpion severely because of its strong armor. Here, our hero thinks of something and attacks the scorpion's weak point right before running out of all his mana. The monster falls on the floor while our protagonist is getting ready to make the last strike, which will be the completion of his mission. But then 2 men appear out of nowhere. One of them runs to attack Shu, while the other runs towards the Scorpion Emperor in order to kill it himself. As the first man attacks our protagonist, he moves to the side, making that man fall on the floor while declaring he was waiting for him to show up. The man can't seem to believe that our hero knows they would come here. In order to clarify it, Shu adds that unlike some people who level up honestly, he can distinguish those who level up after stealing the kills of someone else. But choosing Shuluo as their slaughter was a very wrong choice because he has killed enemies which were 1,000,000 times stronger than them. After this, he attacks the man with the staff using the fireball technique. Looking at this, the other man realizes our boy can't be a newbie since he was able to activate his skills even after losing all the mana. Our hero claims not to have run out of mana. Rather, it was his plan to make them show themselves. After killing the Scorpion Emperor, the system questions whether he wants to absorb the Armored Scorpion Emperor as his pet. Accepting it, our hero absorbs the scorpion while the man is looking at him in complete fear. At the moment, the scorpion's loyalty level is at 100, which will decrease by 10 after every death, and once it reaches 0, there is no going back. As for the scorpion, since it specializes in defense, it will protect Shuluo from damage and bear the attacks for his master. Moreover, it can devour any 10 normal grade pets in order to level up to become the elite grade, and the experience required to upgrade the pet scorpion also reduces by 50%. Shuluo is thinking about the reason behind beast tamers running away to grow pets, because it demands the tamer's own experience in order to level up. During the early stages, it requires double the experience for leveling up, but with the increase in the number of pets, the demand increases significantly, making it impossible for ordinary people to make it happen. After this, our boy fully upgrades the scorpion since he has plenty of experience points. The man standing there can't believe him to be a normal beast tamer with such excellent powers. While petting his armored scorpion emperor, our boy explains that right after getting the mission, he suspected he was being spied on by someone. Moreover, he can also guess that both of them are assassins who rely on the prey of other class shifters. Looking at the situation, 3 of them got the same mission. Thus, they made this plan of killing our protagonist right at the critical moment, after which they would be able to harvest the Scorpion King. As the man hears this, he starts to cry, knowing the fact that he had gotten into a fight with someone so strong, and the only option left now is to run away. With a smirk on his face, Shu Lo challenges him to show his abilities. Right after that, our hero orders his pet scorpion to attack the man. Kneeling in front of our protagonist, the man pleads for his life. Seeing the man begging like this, Shu Lo states this was coming for them, because those who hurt others should stay prepared to be hurt by someone else too. After the completion of the mission, our boy goes back to Carl, who expresses his gratitude and promises to be his good brother from today onwards. Afterwards, the system congratulates our hero for leveling up and receiving the rewards, in which some equipment is included too. These equipment include a magic necklace which provides magical powers and armored leggings which provide protection. Shu Lo gets very excited after receiving the equipment since it is very effective to add the mana, while at the moment, he is urgently in need of mana. Therefore, our protagonist fully upgrades both equipment. Holding the equipment in his hands, our boy is confident to reach level 5 along with his pet scorpion rather quickly. After some time, a notification for the class shifters appears. It orders all the class shifters to go find and clear the level 5 secret realm which has appeared near the Doomsday Town. Moreover, this realm will last for only 1 hour, thus they have to wipe it off before that in order to receive plenty of rewards. All the class shifters are rather terrified about it, but our hero is excited since he is sure that he will be the one getting the reward because of his abilities. One of the class shifters offers forming a team with him so they can attain the rewards after passing the secret realm. But other players, unlike him, think that even though they can earn a fortune after entering the secret realm, they don't want to put their lives on the verge. Looking at the situation, Shu Luo realizes only a few are ready to enter the realm. Amidst his thinking, someone pushes our hero to the side, making way for someone who that man is calling their president. Behind him, his president, who is wearing golden armor and holding a golden sword, appears with a girl holding him by his arm. Gossiping about him, someone questions about the man. Another person in the crowd answers that he is Liu Yao, son of Liu Yue, who owns 3 of the largest drugstores in Linhai City with a net worth in billions. After this, Liu's assistant begins boasting about his richness, claiming he has a full set of 1-star equipment while his subordinate's equipment costs tens of thousands. Between their conversation, the girl standing beside Liu notices our protagonist and gets very shocked. She is Lin Yuer, ex-girlfriend of Zhang Yue, whose body our boy is using at the moment. Lin mocks him for being poor and advises that, being an ordinary tamer, he shouldn't enter the secret realm. In a fit of anger, Shu Lo suggests she not interfere with him. Lin becomes very shocked seeing him behave like this, since the real Zhang Yue would have started begging right after seeing her. In order to make him jealous, she goes to Liu Yao and hugs him, claiming only someone strong like Liu can pass the secret realm. To her answer, the man holds Lin and suggests to our hero to move on, since there is no need to keep clinging to the past. Moreover, he says he will be the one to pass the realm, so they should stop daydreaming about it. Looking the other way, our protagonist calls Lin a worn-out shoe he doesn't want to keep anymore, so whoever wants her can take her, and he also challenges them that he will be the one winning this mission. Since Lin can't accept her insult, she yells that Yao is going to teach him a lesson very soon. With a creepy smile, Shu Lo suggests they should cherish their life first, rather than coming after him. Lin Yuer gets even more furious after hearing this. Looking at our boy, Liu Yao finds something odd. His rank and class aren't visible, which shows he has hidden them for a reason. Instead of challenging our protagonist back, Liu, with a calm voice, claims he doesn't have enough time to waste on such trivial matters, and right now, his priority is the secret realm. While entering the realm with Lin and other men, Liu offers other players to enter with him in order to get the initial pass. Meanwhile, a man comes to Shu suggesting he give up since they're weak and poor, unlike those rich people. In answer, our hero suggests he should find some ways to become strong rather than feeling inferior to others his whole life, while our protagonist, despite being in the poor Zhang Yue's body, is very confident in himself. Talking about the resurrection scroll, worth 3,000 yuan, which they can use a maximum of 2 times within 7 days, and it is equal to having 3 lives. Moreover, it appears that the initial pass will go to the Supreme Guild. Moving onwards, Shu Luo is thinking about the secret realm where they're going to fight the Lord Monsters, but with his current strength, our boy wouldn't be able to win against the final Lord Monster unless both he and his scorpion reach grade 5. After entering the secret realm, Lin yells at brother Yao for not doing anything to Shu, who talked bad about her. Clarifying, Yao explains he does not want to ruin his family's reputation after killing someone. Furthermore, while putting his hand on her back, he assures her that he will definitely make that player kneel and apologize in front of her. Upon hearing this, Lin expresses her gratitude to him, claiming he is the only one who treats her better than anyone else. On the other hand, our hero is fighting along with his pet scorpion in order to increase their level. Unlike an ordinary beast tamer's pet, which requires the same amount of experience as their owner, Necromancer's pets require only half, which means he only needs to kill some small mobs to upgrade his armored scorpion. Some other players are looking at Shu fighting the scorpions from a distance. They can't believe him killing them alone, and soon realize that it seems like they've underestimated him. After this, some girls come up to our boy offering to be teammates and even asking him to be their boyfriend, but Shu Luo rejects all of them and walks away. Now our hero looks at the instructions about the secret realm, which shows it is going to close within 10 minutes. Thus, he thinks of a plan, upgrading the defense system of the scorpion, so it will work as a human shield while he focuses on dealing the damage. After this, he also considers using the mana restoration equipment and fireball at the same time, which will be very effective for killing monsters. After this, Shu Luo enters the secret realm, claiming 10 minutes to be more than enough for him. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lu and his men are hardly keeping up with the Lord monsters. Plenty of players have died already, while including Brother Yao, some are injured too. After analyzing the situation, a man suggests that they should leave the realm using the resurrection scrolls unless they are going to die at the hands of monsters. Amidst their conversation, they feel like someone is walking in their direction, who is none other than our protagonist. In anger and jealousy, Lin declares, despite being a low-level player, he still has the courage to come to the secret realm, which shows he isn't afraid of death. Instead of answering, our boy looks at her with a subtle smile, making Lin even angrier, and in a fit of rage, she dashes toward him while Lin and the other man present are trying to stop her, claiming he won't be able to survive the realm since he is too poor to buy the resurrection scroll. At the moment, their priority should be running away before dying. After this, Brother Yao disappears using the scroll, leaving our protagonist behind, praying for his death in this very secret realm. Shu Luo, standing on the cliff, waits for the Lord Monster, which appears after a few moments. Lord Scorpion, who is much stronger than the other scorpions, arrives. Within a few seconds, the fight begins between Lord Scorpion and Shu's pet scorpion, but the Lord Monster isn't able to defeat them because of the combination of equipment and skills of the armored monster. During their fighting, our hero makes multiple strikes on the Lord Monster right above its head, without giving it time to dodge back or counterattack. Thus, as a result, the Lord Scorpion dies instantly and falls on the floor. Right after killing the scorpion, a notification pops up, congratulating the class shifter Zero for clearing the secret realm and winning the Black Iron level, a secret scroll. Everyone is trying to know about Zero, and they can't believe that he actually killed off a level 6 to 7 monster, knowing the fact that everyone present here is at level 1-3. Even Yao and Lin are in utter disbelief, since Brother Yao thinks the winning person is Zhang Yue, Lin's ex-boyfriend, but Lin assures them this can't be him because he is very poor, and it didn't seem like he had any kind of pet. Being left with no other option, Yao agrees with her because they all think killing such a high-level monster isn't an easy task. After this, he orders all his men to go find the person whose ID is Zero and make him join his supreme guild no matter what. Going back to our boy, he is now picking all the drops from the Lord Monster, which are high in quality, especially the scroll, a Black Iron level, and it used 1,000 alternate points in order to reach the bronze level. Opening it, the person will receive silver coins and a Black Iron level bounty mission. Within a few minutes of the announcement, Shu starts to receive messages from different class shifters who are willing to buy the secret scroll under any condition. Ignoring all of them, our hero clicks the upgrading option 2 times, under which the scroll reaches the silver level. Being a king-level secret scroll, its price could be around hundreds of thousands, which is surely a very high amount of money for some ordinary class shifter. But Shu claims with confidence that his goal is surpassing the alternate worlds. After this, Shu Luo opens the secret scroll, which then gives him a king-level mission of rescuing the survivors. The system further explains that he must complete the mission within a certain time in order to receive a generous amount of rewards. The difficulty level of this mission is 100, while the rewards are still unknown. His task is to find the survivor whose name is Aylin, bring her back to the safe zone, which is Doomsday Town, and if he fails in completing the task, it will disappear completely. Looking at the level 10 Berserk's forest map, our protagonist is thinking about the plan since he will meet wild boars in groups in the woods, making it very difficult for him to pass them. Putting all this behind, he focuses on his main target, finding Aylin. Moving to the woods, a little girl who is probably Aylin is running in front of a wild boar for her life, calling for help when Shu appears there and kills that boar. Our hero took only 2 hours to find Aylin. Now the task is to take her safely to the town. But something happens here. Right after finding the girl, plenty of boars begin to attack Shu, which he assumes could be part of the mission. The moment Shu Luo kills one boar, plenty of wild boars appear on the scene. Analyzing the situation, our boy realizes it is rather difficult to kill them, but if he doesn't do this, Aelin will die here, which means he will fail his mission. Looking at the situation, our protagonist calls for his pet scorpion to cover him up. Now both are fighting simultaneously in order to kill the wild boars, and with this they can upgrade their levels too. But soon Shu's mana level begins to drop while plenty of boars are still coming at him. Little Aelin is worrying about Shu, but he assures her that he will get her out of here safe and sound. While his attention is diverted to the girl, the boar attacks our hero, knocking him to the ground. Having relatively high health, nothing much happens to our boy with this attack because he would have been dead otherwise. At the moment, our hero is worrying about his pet scorpion. Here, Shu receives a notification of getting plenty of mana and other points, which means he can level up twice, making the emergency upgrade first, and after this, he emerges the Lord Battle Ring, which he got after defeating the Lord Monster. After this, the staff strength increases up to a great extent. After struggling for a while, Shu finally succeeds in killing off all the wild boars. Now the only task left is taking Aelin back to Doomsday Town. At this instance, our boy finds Yao and Lin standing there in the distance as Brother Yao asks if it seems like he hasn't died yet. Instead of answering, Shulo demands they stop wasting his time and go away. Seeing our protagonist's arrogance, Lin, while yelling, asks Brother Yao to teach him a lesson. Shu also challenges them to try killing him. Without wasting any further time, Yao attacks our hero with his sword, but it doesn't harm him even an inch. Both of them are in utter disbelief, seeing nothing happen to our boy even after such a brutal attack. Now Shu is ready to make his counterattacks, and thus suggests they stay prepared for it. As soon as Shu lifts his staff to make the counterattack, Yao becomes very frightened and warns our boy not to attack him because he is the president of the Supreme Guild and also the eldest son of the richest man. Without listening to him any further, Shu makes his attack, and as a result, Liu Yao becomes seriously injured and even his armor falls off his body. At this moment, our protagonist receives another notification, which is Professional Supreme Star Glory. The system explains that since the other party attacked him first, now they are graved, which means if he kills them within 10 points, he won't receive any sin points. For further explanation, in other worlds, the names of professionals are white, but when a professional attacks other white professionals, it results in the aggressor being graved out for a short period of time, while during this time, the victim can do anything with the aggressor, even kill him, without gaining any sin points. On the other hand, if the victim gets killed by the aggressor, the villain will become red as a result and also gain 100 sin points. Then, according to alternate world rules, he won't be able to enter the safe zone or go to the real world. Rather, he has to kill the monsters to get rid of the sin points, or just wait for his death. Moreover, with the death of a professional, not only does he lose all his level and experience, but also leaves a large amount of props and equipment behind him. Therefore, after killing Liu Yao, Shu begins to collect his props and equipment while Lin is just sitting there in complete dismay. Moving onwards, Shu is now ready to take Aelin to the town and complete his mission, but here Lin stops him, begging for help, claiming that since they are allowed to use 2 resurrection scrolls within a week, and she has already used 1, if she uses another one here, it won't leave her any chance in the coming future. Further, she starts to flatter him, saying she hasn't forgotten about him till now. Ignoring her, our boy walks away while taking Aelin with him because he doesn't have any time to waste. She gets very angry at our hero seeing him act like this. As time progresses, our protagonist finally succeeds, escorting her to the town safely. After the completion of the mission, our hero gains plenty of equipment and some techniques too. He receives an ice stick which, after refining it 144 times and consuming 22,256 energy points, turns into a golden attribute, which is the Frost Scepter, a destroyer. Even though all the equipment consumes plenty of energy, fortunately, it's not difficult for our boy. In this reward, Shu also receives a normal grade pet egg. He has gotten plenty of eggs after scrubbing the monsters. Now he can feed them to his armored scorpion, and after doing this, his normal scorpion levels up to a silver armored scorpion, which is an elite level. Our protagonist now has a 2-star stick, a silver armored scorpion, and Liu Yao's golden equipment, which is enough to fight off the first alternate world's ultimate boss. But before doing this, he must replenish his supplies first. After this, Shu goes back to the real world with the idea of getting more supplies. As soon as he enters the real world, he receives a call from the hospital, demanding him to pay 390,000 medical expenses for his brother, Zhang Zhao, otherwise they will stop his treatment. Our boy demands their payment number so he can wire the money there and will call them back within 10 minutes. After this, Shu thinks of selling a few pieces of golden equipment, which can help him earn a few million, because helping Zhang Yue's brother is more like the payment for using his body. But the system warns him that he isn't allowed to sell or drop these equipment. It means Shu has to think of another way to get some money, because even if he sells all his silver coins, he will only get around 10,000. Therefore, he starts to look for a part-time job. Looking at the requirements, regular trainers only earn per hour. Moreover, money is received very slowly. Then his eyes stop at a post, Someone named Rimuro wants to hire a professional as a coach with a pay of 300,000 yen, while in the comments someone is claiming that this post appears every year during the awakening of new professions, but whoever accepts it, dies. But our boy is ready to accept this challenge, since seeing such life-threatening posts appears rather intriguing to him. A girl on the other side explains his conditions. The first is that the student he is going to coach is a newbie, and second, he must help and guide the student to complete the first world. After listening to her conditions, Shu adds he can teach her both about the first and second world, but for this, he wants 390,000 as his pay. To his answer, the girl claims he can have 400,000, but only if he succeeds in teaching her sister. Then the girl, who is sitting on a chair while plenty of screens are lighting in front of her, demands our hero go to the spawn point of Doomsday Town within 10 minutes, where her sister is waiting for him. As some time passes, our hero is now entering Doomsday Town through the portal, while thinking that passing the first world alone is easy, but he can get 400,000 after helping someone else to pass the first world, which is rather a good deal. In this instance, Shu's sight diverts toward a girl standing there, wearing a cloak with her head covered. Thinking she could be his student, our protagonist goes up to her. Meanwhile, the crowd present there is gossiping about the girl, being recognizable even though she is covering her head. They can tell that she is the disastrous caster. It seems like all the people present there know that the girl, along with the beast tamer, Shu Luo, are going on a mission with which they can get gold. Meanwhile, our hero forms the team with the girl so he can help her through the first world. Walking alongside, our boy explains to her about the 2 prerequisite quests they have to finish in order to pass the first world, which are 1,000 monsters and 10 coins. He further explains that she won't be able to harm the monsters which are 5 levels above hers, even if he lowers them to 1 HP. It's still useless. Thus, while getting toward the prerequisite, they also have to increase their levels. Moving forward, they meet a scorpion, which our hero fights and blocks off by making huge crystals around it with the skills he got earlier. After this, looking at the girl, he suggests she should finish it off in order to increase her level. After killing the monster, the girl's level increases up to 3 levels at the same time. The girl is lost in her thoughts, while another scorpion attacks her, but Shu Luo runs towards her and saves her, killing the monster too. Shu Luo, hugging the pink-haired girl, is facing forward to watch out for the scorpions while shielding the girl. Meanwhile, a spark appears in the pink-haired girl's eyes for our hero. Still lost in our protagonist's beauty, Shu Luo asks her to move in order to increase her level. Walking through the woods, our hero questions the girl about her age, which she tells him. She is 21 years old with her finger gestures, since she hasn't spoken with him till now. After knowing her age, our boy can't believe that she is still stuck at this level even after 3 years, since all class shifters get awakened at the age of 18, thus investigating the reason behind it. Taking off her hood, the girl expresses her gratitude to Shu Luo and asks him to leave her behind. As for his payment, she will definitely give him half the payment, but also asks for a promise that he will not tell her sister about this. Hearing her voice for the first time, our protagonist turns toward her and says he will definitely help her till the end of the first world, since he has promised her sister about it. The girl, with visible fear on her face, suggests he not do this, since she has a star of calamity, which is a vessel disaster, which means being with her, he will keep on facing chaos again and again. Hearing this, instead of answering, Shu inquires about the vessel of disaster, because he is intrigued about it too. The girl is about to answer him, but a crowd of people appears at the scene, insulting the girl about being a disastrous caster who is going to ruin another life now. It is because her forum states, whoever takes up her request dies a horrific death, while those who succeed in killing her will get a huge boost of experience and alternate energy. All the players standing there are now ready to kill her, while the girl suggests running away since all of them are at a higher level than them. At this moment, out of nowhere, Liu Yao with his team appears on the scene. Seeing him, one of the players goes up to Yao in order to clarify, but pushing him aside, he walks up to our hero and grabs Shu by his collar. Staring at him with a smirk on his face, our protagonist asks whether he is here to give him more free gifts just like last time. Moreover, it seems like he won't be able to use the revive scroll within 7 days. After this, Liu orders his men to show Shu what they have gotten for him. Shulo and the girl with him are staring at Liu Yao now, which is rather confusing for him. Looking behind, he calls for one of his men, Hua Ku, who is standing at a distance with a sword in his hand, ready to attack our boy. After analyzing the situation, Liu walks up to him and begins to hit him mercilessly, clarifying that he wants them to bring something else which he asked for earlier. After some time, all his men are standing around our hero in a circle, and at this moment, all of them put a gift box right in front of Shu. After understanding the situation, Lin starts yelling at Brother Yao because of his act, while in answer, he simply asks her to shut up, leaving her shocked. Hiding behind his group members, Liu Yao asks our hero to accept the gifts which he has handpicked specially for him as a token of his sincerity, while in return for these gifts, he demands Shu to work in the guild for him. Moreover, he also announces his salary, which is 500,000 per month. Hearing this, everyone present is visibly shocked. As for Lin, she mocks our protagonist, saying he would never be able to earn such a high sum of money even if he works hard for 10 years. Therefore, he should accept this offer instead, suggesting that joining their guild is a better choice. Actually, Lin thinks doing this is like catching two birds with one stone, because if she succeeds, not only will Brother Yao become happy, but she will also get the chance to rule our boy again. Shulo hasn't rejected the offer yet. Instead, he claims to be friends with or work only with those who are stronger than him and wants them to show their strength. Afterwards, he will think about their offer. Meanwhile, Lin can't understand the reason for him rejecting this huge sum of money despite being very poor. As for the answer, our protagonist states, birds of a feather flock together, so he doesn't want to pay with his pride just like she did, leaving her completely furious and angry. After this conversation, our hero begins to walk again, saying they should get out of his way since they're going to fight. Lin, moving in front of him, orders other men to fight him, but to her shock, Brother Yao orders them to let him go whilst our boy walks past him. In order to increase Liu's anger, the girl adds that Shu is looking down at him so he should do something about it. Liu Yo repeats his words, "Let him go," and also questions whether she can hear clearly through her ears. Here Lin gets silent as she realizes instead Liu is getting furious at her. As time progresses, our protagonist is now walking alongside the girl, while other men and Liu Yao are looking at their backs. Turning towards him, one of his men suggests killing Shu Luo, since he has already killed their leader Yao once, and even now, he was actually very arrogant. But before he could finish his sentence, Brother Yao lands a punch on his face. After this, with an exciting smile, he adds, "Struggling a bit to get something is sometimes its real preciousness. Therefore, getting these things easily has no meaning." Lin is acting flirty in front of Brother Yao while asking the reason behind his change, because just before, he desperately wanted to kill our boy. Grabbing her face fiercely, he answers maybe it was when he succeeded in killing him last time, and also asks Lin how a poor beast tamer like him managed to get such a damage output. To him, our hero doesn't seem like an ordinary guy. Therefore, he must make him enter his guild. Talking about Lin, she is very angry at Zhang Yue, who is actually our hero Shu Luo. Further, she is going to teach him a lesson very soon. The moon has taken over the woods, and our boy and Su Jinyan are walking through it when she thanks our protagonist for saving her earlier. Without even looking at her, Shu Luo answers he wouldn't get paid if she died here. This is the reason behind him saving her, but the girl still thinks he won't be able to help her complete the first world. Turning towards her, our hero wonders how a person with such low self-esteem posts in her forum. In fact, she had the chance not to show up, but she still entered the first world and came to him. In order to clarify it, the girl explains it is her sister who isn't giving up, because as for her, she gave up a long time ago. After this, she shows him a special class, the Vessel of Disaster, on her monitor screen. Whoever possesses it can only kill the monsters in a team. Moreover, she can only get rid of it after clearing the first world, which she has been trying for years. Seeing the special class, our protagonist realizes aside from core classes, special classes exist too, and once these special class shifters succeed in overcoming their limitations, their level will increase instantly to a high class, or maybe reach the mythological class. But it is unfortunate that it's not an easy task for ordinary individuals, and in regards to failing, they will keep suffering from this cycle. The girl, now sitting beside the tree, states since she awakened 3 years ago, she has made hundreds of attempts to pass the first world. Let alone that, she never succeeded, and she never ever got to team up with someone at a 10 level difference because of the system settings. It is because without level 10 players, they will never be able to defeat the first world's boss. While crying, she stands up and suggests our hero go away because she will never be able to pass it. Instead of acting upon her words, our hero with confidence claims he will definitely help her pass the first world. Hearing this, Su Jinyan gets very excited, runs to Shu Luo and holds him by his arm. She states it has been 3 years since she is waiting for this curse to break, so no one can look down at her. Shu Luo, while putting his hand on hers as assurance, adds they should continue their journey if she wants to pass the first world. Now both are ready to complete the prerequisite quests in order to get to the world boss. The first quest is killing 1,000 monsters, and the second is collecting 10 silver coins. As time progresses, our hero has already killed plenty of monsters and also collects silver coins alongside. The girl can't believe our hero is this strong, capable of fighting dozens of boars and other monsters alone. After completing both prerequisites, Shu is ready to face the boss and questions the girl whether she is ready or not. Even though Su Jinyan agrees, she's still a bit hesitant, so our hero inquires about the reason behind it. Looking down, she answers that unlike others, he is clearly very strong and could have turned down her request. Instead, he is helping her clear the first world. To cheer her up, our protagonist states he isn't what she thinks he is. Rather, he is just a middle-class man. Hearing this, Su Jinyan gets mesmerized by our boy even more, while Shu is thinking that talking about his real wealth isn't a good idea. Now both quests are complete, so the system notifies them that if they want to challenge the boss, they can click confirm, otherwise click later. Clicking the confirm button, our boy agrees to challenge the first world boss, Sector. A portal of the demon abyss appears in front of them and both walk through the portal. Standing in the demon abyss, the system notifies them that they have just an hour to defeat the boss, Berserker Swine King. If they don't succeed in killing the king, they'll have to accept their defeat and restart the quests from the beginning. Some potions appear in front of them, which the system tells them to take. All of these items are revival scrolls and other recovery potions that are extremely expensive. Even though Shu is sure that he will defeat the king alone, he still accepts the potion just for their safety. As for killing the king, our boy is going to use the drop armor of Liu Yao on his silver-armored scorpion. After this, fighting the boss will become quite easy. After all the preparations, standing in front of the Berserker King, Shu is ready to defeat it. Talking about the Swine King, it is a level 10 monster, the ruler of Nightmare Source, which stands between the passage from the first world to the second world and kills whoever tries to pass through it. Sujinyan is also ready to fight the monster to show her abilities, but she is still afraid of losing against the king since they are only 2 in number, facing a level 10 monster. Our hero realizes that she is getting afraid of the fight, so he suggests Sujinyan stay behind and help his pet if needed. But Sujinyan, worrying about him, prompts Shulo to assure her that he will be fine. All he is going to do is wipe out the king. When the Berserker Swine King attacks our protagonist, he uses a super fireball as a counterattack. But having thicker skin, nothing happens to the king. After analyzing the situation, Shu makes continuous fireball attacks on the Swine King until he finally succeeds in injuring the monster. Meanwhile, the scorpion is taking the hits for our boy. Here the monster makes a wild charge at Shu, which he dodges. Now he is looking at his pet scorpion when the king makes another reckless charge during his moment of inattention. Seeing the situation, Sujinyan shouts at Shu to dodge the attack, but our boy stands in the way of the Berserker King, as if he has some plan going on in his mind. As soon as the monster reaches near Shu, he attacks the king using the super ice pick technique and freezes the monster. But this effect doesn't last long since the Swine King has high resistance. Breaking off the ice, the boar roars at them. Sujinyan warns our hero that the Boar King, in this situation, tends to use the deadly stomping technique. On the other hand, the boar has already attacked the scorpion. While trying to divert its attention, our protagonist asks Fang Su to heal his pet, because he can't afford to lose 400,000 at this critical moment. Even though Jinyan is healing the scorpion, it's not enough in front of the boar's strength. Moreover, the scorpion needs some time to heal, otherwise it won't be able to last long. Looking at the situation, they don't have enough time to wait, thus Shu suggests going with the flow. Walking towards the Swine King, Shu attacks it using the 2-star golden equipment, knowing that even a rank 10 monster won't be able to survive the attack of such high potential equipment. He is using both fireball and ice techniques at the same time, which Sujinyan can't believe anyone can actually master simultaneously. After struggling a bit, they finally win against the monster, which is now lying dead on the floor. Moving forward, the system congratulates them on killing the Wild Boar King and gives out some gifts, which Shu is sorting according to his needs. Meanwhile, the system also congratulates Fang Su Jinyan on breaking the disastrous caster's class limitations, which is the Vessel of Calamity, meaning she has reached the core class, Taboo Sorcerer Epic. Seeing this, Su Jinyan sheds happy tears, not only because she is free from her curse, but also because her level has increased. 2 portals open in front of them. The red one leads to the second world, and the blue one to the real world. Our boy walks toward the blue portal so he can pay the hospital bills of Zhang Zhao, who is the body owner's brother. Sujinyan asks our hero where he is going. In answer, he states that he is going to get his pay from her sister. After some time, our protagonist is in the fan building, which is present in the center of Linhai City, talking with Sujinyan's sister, who is very excited to meet the mysterious class shifter Zero, since he is very famous among other class shifters. After receiving the payment from Sujinyan's sister, our hero sends it to the hospital's account and asks if they want anything else from him now. Xu Luo, as Zhang Yue, expresses his concern about his little brother and wants them to cure him. After hearing him, the hospital staff on the other side claims that his brother's condition has worsened, which means he will have to stay under observation for a few more months, requiring another payment of around 40 to 50,000. Hearing this, Shu regrets not accepting Liu Yao's offer. Right after this call, Xu Luo receives another call. The person on the other side offers our hero to join the Misty Rain Pavilion Guild. The girl on the phone is Su Yan, the Vice Guild Master. She explains they'll pay him 30,000 monthly, and further, they'll cover his insurance too. Since our hero is in need of money, he agrees to join the guild but under one condition. He will participate in any events but does not want any interference with his personal freedom. After this, Su Yan explains the condition to the senior members, who are rather frustrated at Xu Luo since after joining the guild, the person's first priority should be acting according to it, so if someone wants their freedom, then they don't have any reason to join the guild. All the members sitting there are against our hero now, but the CEO, Su Chen, thinks otherwise because Su Yan, who is Su Jinyan's sister, has recommended him to them. Therefore, he questions Su Yan about his abilities. In answer, she claims that he is the one who broke their 100-year record after killing the first world monster in less than a day. Such class shifters are very rare. Seeing the situation, they must keep their hands on him. Su Chen is having second thoughts. Seeing him like this, Su Jinyan, who is also present, stands up and starts to defend Xu Luo. Meanwhile, Su Yan suggests it's just a matter of time. They can act upon his condition. Jinyan also agrees with her. Being left with no option, the CEO is ready to take our protagonist into his guild. Moving to our hero, he is thinking about his pay and bonus, which should be enough to pay Zhao's medical expenses. After this, he receives another call where Su Yan suggests Xu come to the office to report for work. But Xu doesn't want to work in the office. Rather, he prefers to work from home, and as for time, it won't be an issue since all of them are in the same city. Even though Su Yan is really annoyed by Xu, since they have no other option, she agrees with this term too. After cutting the call, our protagonist is stretching his body while thinking about the next alternate world, since money isn't going to be his problem anymore. Shulo is ready to enter the second world, so he walks through the red portal. After entering the second world, the system welcomes our hero to the safe zone, Norden Town. Present in the second world, Fortress Besieged Undead. This is the place where he will meet mutated humans, which are called zombies. Just like the first world, he will have to pass 2 quests here as well, which are a secret realm and repelling 3 waves, after which he will be able to challenge the boss. As for the moment, Xu is thinking to increase his level since the level requirement for the secret realm is 15. Amidst his thoughts, he hears a man, Captain Norris, ordering others to work quickly before the next wave arrives. It is because the zombies have attacked Norden, and they don't have enough weapons to send to their fellows present there. It means even though Norden is a safe zone, it still gets attacked by waves of zombies at intervals. Looking at our hero, Norris walks towards him, asking whether he can help them gather materials from the west of Norden. Here, Xu looks at the information shown by the system. It shows out of a total of 10 quests. This one is the hardest, with the targets ranging from level 11 to 20. It means he will gain plenty of rewards too. After all the analysis, our protagonist agrees to help them, so Captain Norris thanks him as a gesture of gratitude. The former military base is on the outskirts of Nordine, but now zombies are wandering all around. Entering the place alongside his pet scorpion, Shuluo is ready to wipe out all the zombies. He attacks them with the fireball technique, but nothing much happens since they're resistant to fire. Therefore, our boy is going to use his ice technique on them. After analyzing the zombies critically, he orders his scorpion to take their aggro. Our hero is sure that zombies would never be able to fight against his armored scorpion pet while the scorpion is holding the zombie so our hero can kill them. Using ice, Shu succeeds in killing the monster, which was a level 11 fire zombie, but receives bronze coins as a reward, which is rather very low. Now, according to the technique, Shu Luo is wiping off the zombies one by one, but only receives 50 fire cores after finishing them, which he thinks is very low. Now he is getting hungry, so he is thinking of logging out now and will continue later at night. But then he hears an extremely loud roar, which he thinks could be the respawn timer of the Lord Monsters. Looking in the direction of the roar, he actually sees a Lord Monster zombie coming towards him. Since it is a Lord Monster, it means Shu can find high-level equipment from its drop, so he is ready to fight the Sovereign Zombie. As soon as the Lord Zombie sees our boy, it attacks him immediately using the Icicle Spike technique, thus resulting in our hero receiving damage from it. Shu Lo and the Lord Zombie both have the same ice and fire powers, which means he won't be able to maximize his attack on the zombie. After this, the Lord Monster attacks Shu's pet scorpion, which dies as a result, and it is going to take 3 hours to revive. Even after activating the effects of Necromancer, our hero won't be able to hold the zombie for 3 hours. Nothing is going according to Shu's plan because the Lord Monster is very powerful. But then someone attacks the monster from behind, who is none other than Fang Su Jinyan. While holding the zombie, she explains that she will keep holding the monster while he can kill it. After this, Jinyan attacks the monster with a fireball and simultaneously uses the Ray of Light technique to hold the monster. Our hero can't believe that she is using 3 skills at the same time with such mastery. It seems like this is the actual power of the Taboo Sorcerer class. For their final attack, Shulo and Sujinyan attack simultaneously and finally manage to kill the level 14 zombie. After receiving the rewards, Shuluo expresses his gratitude for Sujinyan's help and offers to split the rewards with her, but she politely rejects the offer, explaining that she only arrived a few minutes ago to complete her quests and saw him fighting the zombie alone. Additionally, she mentions that she hasn't even had the opportunity to thank him for his help yet. In complete confusion, our protagonist reminds her that her sister has already paid him for it. Although they have met each other before, the girl formally introduces herself as Su Jinyan to our boy, and in response, Xu Luo introduces himself as Zhang Yue, since he is currently living in Yue's body. After this introduction, Xu Luo, being in the same guild and on the same quest, suggests that she should form a team with him and asks about her class effects. Hearing this, Su Jinyan becomes very excited and begins to explain her skills, saying that all her crowd control abilities will soon upgrade to taboos, which means their effects will last 30% longer than before, and she will also receive a cooldown reduction of 30%. Hearing about her class skills, our hero is certain that her abilities will help him greatly in the future, but instead of staying, he starts to walk in the opposite direction. When Jinyan questions the reason behind this, our boy explains that for now, he needs to return to Norden but will definitely meet her after 10 minutes. It seems like Jinyan is affected by our protagonist, since she used to say that she would marry whoever helped her break the curse. However, she brushes this off, finding it awkward to think in such a way. Back in Norden, Shu Luo examines the equipment and rewards he received earlier. At the same time, he tries out some equipment, such as the dashing boots of ice and fire with an agility of 10. At this moment, our protagonist is thinking of acquiring stronger skills so he can defeat high-level monsters. Therefore, he refines the Super Flaming Bullet skill to A level. He then tests the new skill, and upon seeing its power, Shu Luo becomes very confident about his abilities. In the next moment, he receives a message from Su Jinyan, inviting him to the guild. Since he has finished his work in Norden, our boy clicks the accept option and prepares to go back to the guild. After some time, both of them walk together, and Su Jinyan praises Shu Luo for his strength. In return, he also praises her for the way she uses her crowd control skills. While blushing, Jinyan explains that her sister actually prepared those skills for her according to her class. Since the conversation continues, Jinyan's curiosity leads her to ask whether our hero is hiding some mythical equipment, because making such a high-level attack is not easy. Brushing it off, Shu Luo claims he is just an ordinary mythical class shifter and nothing else. Su Jinyan, however, does not seem convinced, noting that as far as she knows, there has been no news of a mythical class shifter awakening this year. With a smirk, our protagonist responds that she can think whatever she wants about him, as only he knows that a class shifter cannot be awakened for some normal reason. After finishing off all the fire and ice zombies, their next target becomes poison cores, so they start heading toward the poison zombies. At this moment, both receive an urgent message from their guild, ordering them to gather at the guild immediately or risk being kicked out of the team. Upon seeing this, Su Jinyan cannot understand the reason behind the announcement, while our boy questions her about the announcer. She explains that it is Chen Jun, the guildmaster of the Linhai City branch. The reason why Chen Jun holds such an important position is that his father and her uncle, the CEO, were sworn brothers, so the CEO appointed him to the role. At the end of their conversation, both of them prepare to go to the place where they are being summoned. On the other side, many people are fighting a sovereign zombie, which appears to be very powerful since no one is gaining the upper hand. It seems like two guilds are present, as some men are fighting each other as well. Liu Yao is also there, fighting with Captain Norris. At this moment, our hero enters the battlefield, stating that he cannot fight against his guild members over a boss zombie. Moving back to an hour earlier, when a wave of zombies attacked, the group struggled to hold them off. Finally, they realized the need for a crowd controller to defeat the Lord Zombie. As a result, Chen Jun suggested that everyone should continue fending off the zombies until Jinyan arrived. Now Jinyan, along with our protagonist, has reached the scene. The other players present begin to gossip about her, pointing out her connection to the Su family and referring to her as the Ice Queen. They also gossip about Shu Luo, remarking that even though he helped her break the curse, he seems weak and lacks high-level abilities. Hearing this gossip, Su Jinyan clarifies that she is not some ice queen and tells him not to listen to any rumors about her. Meanwhile, Jinyan finds herself getting very shy and can't seem to figure out the reason. Observing her, Chen becomes very excited, but when he notices the boy standing beside her, shock spreads across his face. He then asks about our hero and questions why she is spending time with him alone. In response, Jinyan tells him he shouldn't be concerned about her, but Chen brushes it off, claiming that worrying about her is only natural for him, so he wants to watch out in case anyone has ill intentions toward her. After assuring Chen about her safety, she inquires about the emergency. Chen Jun reports that a wave of zombies has attacked and they must kill the boss zombie, which is proving to be quite a difficult task. Analyzing the situation, Su Jinyan suggests they defeat the zombie as soon as possible, since this would result in a big boost for their guild. Stepping forward, our boy gets ready to fight the monster as a guild member, leaving Jinyan in complete shock. However, Chen Jun disagrees with him stepping up against the zombie. The reason is that Chen looks down on our Shu Luo, considering him only a beast tamer who somehow joined the guild, but who, in his opinion, won't be able to fight the zombie. Upon hearing this, all the class shifters present start to gossip about Shu Luo, claiming he only joined the guild for money. They also agree with Chen's view. While Jinyan tries to defend our protagonist, Shu calmly states that as the guild master, Chen has the authority to make the final decision. Left with no other option, Su Jinyan clings to our boy's arm and declares that if this is their decision, then she will stay with him. Chen Jun grows anxious and starts to explain that he is only worried because Shu seems weak, but if she insists on him joining the fight, it will be at her own risk, as they won't be able to save him. Moving on, Chen starts to pull Jinyan with him so she can use her crowd control on the zombie sovereign. As she goes with him, Su Jinyan tells our hero to wait for her. On the other hand, Shulo knows that even with crowd control, it will take some time to defeat the level 15 zombie. Now, the group prepares to fight the monster while our protagonist waits to observe their abilities. Since Liu Yao and his teammates are also present, they are shocked to see our boy as a member of Misty Rain Pavilion. Lin, who is also there, starts yelling at Shulo for not joining Yao's guild, and now serving another guild like a god. At this point, Su Jinyan appears and attacks Lin for insulting her crush, our hero. As for Brother Yao, he is now desperate to make our protagonist join his guild, so he offers to pay him triple the salary of Misty Rain Pavilion, and even promises to make him vice guild leader or CEO. Hearing these offers, Su Jinyan grows furious. Looking at Yao, Xu Luo claims to be a trustworthy person and says he will not join another guild while he is still completing tasks for his current one. He remarks that nobody knows what the future holds, and perhaps one day they will have a chance to work together. These words impress Yao, who says he is always ready to welcome our protagonist to his guild if the opportunity arises. During their conversation, one of Yao's men shouts that they should focus on killing the boss zombie first, or else they will lose it. Since Liu Yao is happy at the moment, he abandons the idea of fighting the boss zombie himself. Moving forward, Su Jinyan expresses her gratitude to our hero. At that moment, the zombie king of despair attacks from behind. Seeing the zombie, Xu Luo is ready to take him on. Initiating the fight, Xu unleashes his super fireball attack first, leaving everyone who had looked down on him earlier in shock. Meanwhile, he tells Su Jinyan to work according to their plan now. Moving forward, our hero is ready to make his second attack, his eyes shining with a red light as he uses his new skill, the Super Flaming Bullet. The Zombie King of Despair cannot withstand this attack and dies instantly. All the class shifters present there are in complete disbelief. Moreover, they also remember seeing Liu Yao giving Xu respect earlier, which makes them even more curious about his identity. Meanwhile, Jinyan is once again thanking our protagonist for making the Supreme Guild go away, as otherwise, they would have snatched the boss zombie from them. In response, Xu claims this to be merely a part of his job as a guild member. Everyone is now inspired by our boy and call him their role model from now on. Now they're walking back to Norden, while Su Jinyan is holding onto Xu by his arm and talking sweetly with him. As they enter the town, Chen, who is present, sees them together and becomes very jealous. Furthermore, he also inquires about the zombie. One of the men reports that Su Jinyan, along with Xu, succeeded in killing that king zombie. But Chen Jun does not believe it, and the man further explains that Xu is actually very strong and will prove to be a great asset for their guild in the future. Being jealous of our hero, Chen starts yelling at him, pointing his finger at Xu for not listening to his orders, which he claims gives him the right to kick him out of the guild. Xu calmly takes Chen's finger off him and states that not only did Chen order him to stay there, but he also ordered his team to kill the boss zombie, which they clearly completed. Seeing him talk like this, Chen is clearly furious at our protagonist, but moving forward, Su Jinyan explains that they won against the boss zombie only because of Zhang Yue, Xu's current identity, since he is occupying Zhang Yue's body, and everyone knows him by that name. Therefore, the guild should really appreciate him for his work. After this, Jinyan begins to drag our boy with her since they still have some quests to complete. Meanwhile, Chen Jun is standing there, filled with complete hatred and jealousy against Xu, and orders his men to keep an eye on our hero in order to discover his weaknesses. As the scene progresses, Xu and Su Jinyan have entered the poison zombies zone, which is very smelly. Our protagonist advises Jinyan to stay alert because the poison zombies are much stronger than the ice and fire zombies. She wonders about the reason, and Xu explains that even though they don't have any kind of elemental properties, their dangerous skills are enough to kill someone. After this, she gives him a reward that she received after completing the guild request. After some time, they are fighting the poison zombies, which they are killing off rather easily because of the good coordination between them. Moving forward, Xu realizes that someone is stalking them. It is actually one of the men sent by Chen Jun, who is reporting that our hero is collecting zombie cores along with the young lady, Su Jinyan Jin. Moreover, it seems like both are quite good friends, seeing their conversation, which is full of jokes. Hearing this, Chen becomes even angrier, knowing that Jinyan never talked with him like this. One of his men suggests he find a way to get Xu out of the guild, because this is the only way to separate them. In the meantime, the system orders all the shapeshifters to stay prepared, since a level 13 horde is coming their way. Meanwhile, Chen, with a creepy smile on his face, is ready to do something in order to kick Xu out of the guild. The second world's rule is that, at the arrival of hordes, all protections will get disabled for the class shifters, so his plan is to take our protagonist down when the right moment comes. Moving forward, Xu and Jinyan have killed plenty of zombies and need a few more kills to complete the mission. Since the horde is going to show up in 30 minutes, they know they must hurry. At that moment, a poison zombie attacks Xu on the shoulder from behind, injuring him. Just as Su Jinyan uses her control skill, our hero drives his sword right through the zombie's mouth, resulting in its instant death. Though hurt, Shu suggests they avoid walking near the riverside and thinks it's best they head back now. After completing the quest, Su Jinyan's level increases to 16, while Shu's level rises to 17. Looking at him, Jinyan remarks that he would have reached level 20 if he hadn't been leveling up his pet as well. With concern, our protagonist suggests he should refine his equipment before the horde arrives. Now he looks over the equipment earned from killing the poison zombies. He plans to use explosion-resistant leggings for himself and explosion-resistant armor for his scorpion, ensuring that neither he nor his pet can be easily harmed. Su Jinyan is excited for the upcoming horde fight when she receives a message from Su Chen-yan, requesting her presence at the office, where her sister is also waiting. This makes Jinyan anxious, knowing she must go, which means Shu will have to face the horde alone. Seeing her worry, Shu advises that she should leave before the event starts, because after that she won't be able to exit the alternate world. Jinyan is still worried since the zombies in the horde are level 13 and will be numerous, but our boy reassures her about his safety. After a moment, she departs for the real world. The scene progresses as the zombie horde is about to begin. No one is allowed to leave the alternate world until the mission is completed. Suddenly, a light strikes the ground and an endless wave of zombies descends. Seeing this, all the shapeshifters begin to panic, while Shu realizes there is no chance of killing all of them since they seem unlimited and will attack relentlessly. The only option is to somehow drive them out of the safe zone. Meanwhile, he receives messages from other class shifters asking for his help. When he arrives, he finds some men lying on the ground, while Chen is also hiding, indicating this is all part of his plan. One of Chen's men, after analyzing our protagonist, thinks his defense isn't that strong. According to the plan, 12 of their archers are hiding in the back alley, which they believe will be enough to handle Shu. Chen has a brutal plan to kill our hero repeatedly. After Shu's first death, Chen will have his man waiting at the respawn spot to kill him again. He is doing all this because Shu made the mistake of getting close to Su Jinyan, whom Chen considers his. Moving on, our protagonist is standing in the center of the alley when the archers attack him all at once, but his pet scorpion appears just in time and shields him from the arrows. Now the system notifies Shu that he can kill his attackers within 10 minutes, because according to the rules, if a player is attacked by others intentionally, the victim has the right to eliminate them within 10 minutes without incurring any death penalty. Now our boy challenges them to wait for his counterattack. Moving on, within a few minutes, Shu has successfully killed all 12 archers with the help of his pet scorpion. Chenjun can't believe how strong he is and starts blaming the man who suggested killing Shu this way. But just like him, the man also knows nothing about our hero's true strength. Amidst their argument, our hero attacks them, pointing out that it was their idea to kill him in the first place. Calling out to them, our protagonist says that thinking they could kill him so easily was a huge mistake. Chen has no idea that Shu was aware of their plan. With a smirk, our boy explains that ever since he killed the Zombie King boss, Chen Jun sent someone to spy on him, which tipped him off, but he decided to play along. Chen starts to realize that their plan has backfired because Shu feigned ignorance and made them believe he was weak, causing them to lower their guard. Responding to this, our hero says he had no intention of fighting them, but he just wanted to see their reaction. Just like any stubborn and ignorant aristocrat, even on the verge of death, Chen Jun points his arrow at Shu, intent on attacking. Before he can even release the arrow, Shu breaks it with the frost black. Moving forward, one of Chen Jun's men, an elite church assassin, lunges at our protagonist. Without giving him any chance to attack, Shu instantly kills him with a fireball technique. Seeing the situation and realizing Shu's true strength, Chen's question is not out of curiosity but utter disbelief as he asks who the hell our boy actually is. In that instant, Shu kills Chen Jun as well, declaring that he is someone they should never have tried to mess with. On the other side, the group is now respawning after being killed by our protagonist. As the system displays that they've been killed by the person with ID 0, the group is in disbelief, unable to accept that Shu is the necromancer who defeated the first World Lord monster within a day. Chen Jun is extremely agitated as he realizes Shu is the mysterious Zero necromancer. Now Chen is desperate to teach our hero a lesson. The scene shifts to the Su family building in the real world, where Jinyan's elders have arranged her marriage with Chen Jun. She protests against it, insisting she doesn't like him at all. However, Chen Jun's father, present at the meeting, believes she will eventually come to like his son, and shows her the gifts they have prepared, a devil's outfit and a mythical grade magical potion, for which they paid a total of 13 million. Furthermore, he states that after marrying his son, she will become the heiress of their company and inherit everything. While thanking Chen Jun's father, Su Jinyan firmly rejects the offer. This infuriates her uncle Su, who immediately starts yelling at her. At this point, her elder sister steps forward and asserts that her sister is not a business deal and that they shouldn't treat her like one. Moving on, she assures Su Jinyan that she will always stand by her in the search for her real happiness. At that moment, Mr. Chen receives a call and is informed that Chen Jun has been killed by Zhang Yue. our protagonist. After hanging up, Chen Jun's father shouts that his son, the guildmaster, is being attacked by other guild members, even though he is a major sponsor of Su Fountain. As he rises from his chair, CEO Su tries to calm him, but Mr. Chen warns that he will certainly seek revenge if anything happens to his son. He storms out of the room, slamming the door shut, while Su discusses Shu with his nieces, since they were the ones who recommended our boy to the guild. Defending our hero, Jinyan states that there must be some reason behind it if he really killed Chen Jun. Without listening to them, the CEO demands that Shu be brought back and forced to apologize to the Chen family. If he refuses, he will be expelled from Misty Rain Pavilion. Amidst their conversation, Su Jinyan receives a call from Shu, and she anxiously asks whether he really killed Chen Jun. Instead of answering, our protagonist resigns as a member of Misty Rain Pavilion. Hearing this, Jinyan becomes extremely anxious and insists she will find a way to prove his innocence, as she is sure about it, so he shouldn't just resign like this. But Shu cuts the call, assuring her not to worry about this matter anymore. He knows Chen Jun must be angry because he killed him earlier, which means Chen will definitely try to take his revenge, so it is better to leave Misty Rain Pavilion. As for the 50,000 needed for Zhao's medical expenses, Shu can get it by selling materials. To obtain such high-level materials, our protagonist must enter the third world as soon as possible. While walking through the town, Shu thinks about his remaining tasks. Surviving 2 more waves of zombies and clearing a dungeon, both required before he can face the Lord Monster of the second world. There are 3 dungeons in this world, though he only needs to clear 1. He is considering the death level dungeon, as it is the highest level and contains the best materials and equipment. With his current level, fighting level 20 monsters won't be a problem for our hero. At this moment, some men approach our boy, talking about him being the famous beast tamer. Although Shu is angry, he still politely asks them to let him go, but they start mocking him for being weak and afraid, even challenging him directly to kill them. Recognizing what they're up to, our protagonist questions them about how much Chen Jun is paying them for this. One of the men admits that President Chen Jun will reward each of them with 5,000 and a revival scroll, plus an extra 5,000 for anyone killed by Zhang Yue. Shu is actually amused by how much Chen is willing to pay for revenge. Additionally, it would be easy for him to kill them since they are only level 10, but it would make our boy into a red name. Becoming a red name means the player cannot log off, enter the safe zone, or activate the boss challenge until all sin points are cleared, which could trap them in this world indefinitely. Right at that moment, Liu Yao appears and offers $50,000 to anyone who kills Chen Jun. Everyone is shocked, wondering about Liu Yao's true identity. One of Brother Yao's men explains he is the eldest son of the Liu family, the richest in Linhai City. Upon learning this, everyone starts calling him Master Yao and becomes eager to go after Chen Jun instead. Turning towards Shu, President Yao asks if he was really kicked out of Misty Rain Pavilion and mentions that Chen Jun is bragging about it everywhere. Unbothered, our protagonist says Chen Jun is all talk. Liu Yao, seeing his chance, offers our hero a position in his pavilion, telling him he can set his own salary. Turning away, Shu expresses his disinterest in joining any guild for now and walks off. One of Yao's men is annoyed that our boy didn't even thank them for all the money spent on him, but Yao doesn't see it as a problem. Instead, he thinks it makes sense for Shu to reject any guild right now, having just been abandoned by the last one. According to Yao, the Misty Rain Pavilion members must be crazy to expel such a good player. As for our hero, he is sure Chen Jun will come for him again, even though he is no longer in Misty Rain Pavilion. The scene progresses, and Shu is finally standing before the level 15 dungeon called Dark Corpse Forest. He chose this dungeon because most players, driven by greed for better rewards, go for the highest level dungeon, while only a few pick the Dark Corpse Nest since it is the lowest level. Upon entering, he finds an old man, the NPC Mage Morn, standing there, who asks if our protagonist is ready to challenge the Dark Corpse Nest dungeon. Shu accepts immediately, so the mage hands him the entry token and wishes him good luck. Shu knows this token can be refined into a golden one, which upgrades the Corpse Nest dungeon into a hidden dungeon. However, the possibility of success is low and requires a lot of energy, so most players don't waste their time on it. Since our boy isn't like others, he is willing to try refining the token. Meanwhile, the men Chen Jun sent after Shu are not chasing him anymore, but are running for their lives. Seeing this, one of them suggests hiding somewhere, as he won't be able to use the revival scroll for the next 5 days. Chen Jun is now even more furious at our hero. At this moment, a notification appears in the sky stating that an anonymous player has opened the hidden dungeon, available for the next 2 hours, and all players are welcome to accept the challenge. Seeing this, Guildmaster Jun becomes extremely excited, recognizing it as a free revival, and orders his men to gather the other members and collect more equipment, then head to the hidden dungeon. Meanwhile, Brother Yao is also thrilled and orders all Supreme Guild members to move towards the dungeon. Meanwhile, our protagonist, killing all the zombies in his way, is progressing toward his target. To clear the dungeon without any issues, he must first defeat the dungeon's gatekeeper, a level 15 boss monster. Shulo attacks the boss monster repeatedly, causing it to become severely injured. Suddenly, a notification appears, announcing the entry of a huge number of challengers into the dungeon. From the very beginning, Shu was certain that Chen Jun and other people would show up, since this dungeon doesn't require any secret scroll. He thinks Su Jinyan and Liu Yao will probably come too, but Chen Jun is his only target, so our boy has no desire to involve anyone else in this fight. As the owner of the Golden Secret Decree, Shu has 3 chances to modify the rules of the dungeon, and now our hero is going to use one. Meanwhile, outside the dungeon, the opposition guilds are clashing with each other. Chen Jun, who is present, is being very clingy with Jinyan, which she clearly dislikes. Her main purpose for being here is to look for our protagonist. During this, new rules suddenly appear in front of everyone. The free revival scroll has been cancelled, and the new secret mission to clear the dungeon is to kill 500 zombies, a task that depends on the party's total kills. Seeing the new rules, Chen Jun gets extremely angry at whoever changed them, while one of his men suggests that it could be our hero who intentionally changed the rules, so Chen wouldn't be able to enter the dungeon. Chen Jun refuses to believe Shu Luo is the lucky person who managed to refine the golden secret, or that he would waste hundreds of thousands of alternate energy just for him. Su Jinyan, however, thinks the person could be Shu Luo, since the change feels very intentional. Still denying it, Chen Jun yells that the real reason for the rule change is fear that others might get the rewards before him. Trying to charm Su Jinyan, Guildmaster Chen declares he will still enter the dungeon and help her reach the end safely, but Jinyan replies that he should worry about himself instead. Making his way through the crowd, Chen heads toward the dungeon, when one of his guild members points out something shocking. Someone strong enough to kill the gatekeeper before them. It is Shu Luo, who is now sitting atop the dead body of the monster. Seeing him, Jinyan becomes extremely happy, while at the same time, Chen Jun is furious upon realizing the person who changed the rules is actually our protagonist. Jumping off the monster and walking toward them, Shu Luo challenges Jun to try killing him, since he's been desperate for it all this time. Chen Jun now realizes that this is all a trap set by Shu, meaning he must try to save himself from dying. Hiding behind his guild members, Chen warns Shu that he shouldn't do anything to him, since Su Chen, one of the major aristocrats, holds him in high regard. After that, Chen turns to Su Jinyan and tells her to use her power of imprisonment to control Zhang Yue so they can kill him easily. But Su Jinyan refuses, saying everything happening now is a result of Chen's own actions. Left with no choice, Chen orders the other members to attack our boy, but they hesitate, since they're afraid to fight someone who managed to kill the boss monster alone. Chen then offers a reward of $5,000 to anyone who succeeds in killing Shu Luo. Hearing the offer, everyone agrees to go after our hero. As they rush toward him, Shu Luo walks toward them and kills every member of the pavilion one by one. Seeing our protagonist distracted by the others, Chen Jun orders his remaining members to go and defeat the boss. But just then, Shu's scorpions appear between them and the dungeon. One of the members steps forward, declaring he will kill the scorpion, but as soon as he attacks with his sword, it shatters against the scorpion's armor. At this point, members of Misty Pavilion start getting attacked by arrows, while someone shouts he will pay 20,000 wen to whoever kills Misty Pavilion members. No one can figure out who is behind this surprise attack. Just like that, war breaks out between both guilds as they barge towards each other, while Shu is just standing between them without any visible reaction on his face. Liu Yao, while assuring our hero not to worry about anything now, challenges the opposition guild to fight him instead. But as for our protagonist, he is rather disappointed at the sight of brother Yao and his guild members. Yelling at Yao, Chen Jun inquires about the reason behind their attack since Chen himself doesn't hold any grudge against the Supreme Guild. Without telling the real reason, Liu declares he wanted to see whether Chen is richer than him as he got the news earlier that the guild master of the Misty Rain Guild solves everything with his money. To a complete shock, Liu Yao even offers Chen Jun's own guild members a prize money of 1 million for killing him. Hearing such a high amount of money, all the members present there are having second thoughts while Chen Jun, who is extremely scared now, blackmails them that if they do this, the whole Chen and Su family will go against them. At this moment, the ground trembles violently as a gigantic monster appears in front of them. Analyzing the monster, Shu Luo has realized that it is a berserk demon, because there is a chance that boss-level monsters turn into a berserk if their levels keep on decreasing, and the reason behind it is the arrows which Supreme Guild threw earlier, which made the undead but still injured demon to keep on decreasing its level. Soon after its appearance, the system announces that the monster has become a level 17, 3-star boss, which is a dark undead tyrant. Looking at the berserk monster, Liu Yao is visibly anxious and frightened. As soon as the undead tyrant makes the first attack, another notification pops up, notifying all the class shifters that due to this sudden change, the exit of the secret realm has opened too, which means they're allowed to pass through it. As for Chen Jun, he is rather excited, and here he attacks the berserk monster on the side where Liu Yao is standing in order to teach him a lesson. Chen's plan really succeeds and the monster's attention diverges towards Brother Yao. As Brother Yao calls for help, our hero sends his pet scorpion to save him. Due to the monster's upgrade, Shulo is sure that his scorpion will probably lose a lot of health. Meanwhile, Chen Jun, while walking towards the exit, challenges them that they might have to wait at least 10,000 years to kill him. As Chen Jun walks out the exit, Shulo wants to go behind him, but leaving Brother Yao behind will result in his death by the hands of a monster. After thinking for a while, Shulo jumps in front of Liu Yao and uses his ice cone skill on it, making the Lord Demon get stuck within the ice. After this, he drags Yao out of there while the monster breaks out of the ice and attacks them, but they succeed in dodging it. Since the demon is a level 17 boss monster, it is rather difficult for our protagonist to do any damage on it, thus the only option left now is fighting the monster himself. Soon after, Shulo makes the fire missile attack, and as for Brother Yao, he is ordering his men to help our protagonist, but they're too afraid to fight the monster. Meanwhile, due to fast speed, the boss demon has injured our hero's shoulder. At this point, our boy has realized that his enemy is quite powerful, so he must have to do something. The boss demon is about to attack Shulo, while he is lying on the floor when Su Jinyan appears in the scene and uses her confining skills on it, declaring she will be Luo's support, while he will attack the monster. Now both are working together, which is quite visible as the monster is showing visible damages on it. Everyone present there is in utter disbelief, seeing them fighting the 3-star boss monster. Just at the sight of Jinyan, Liu Yao recognizes her, about her being the heir of the Su family, a confining mage. But no matter what, Brother Yao is sure that our hero is the only person capable of slaying the demon. Thinking about himself as a teammate with our protagonist, Brother Yao confidently claims they would have killed the star boss 1,000,000 times. Now he is even more desperate to make not only Shu Luo but Su Jinyan too, to join his supreme guild. Unlike him, the guild members suggest Yao to quit this thinking since both of them are far beyond their guild. On the other hand, our hero along with Su Jinyan is constantly trying to defeat. After struggling for a while, the boss's health finally decreases, giving them a chance to make their final attack. Out of nowhere, Shulo announces his identity, that he is the anonymous player. First, Su Jinyan shows disappointment, and after thinking for a while she brutally attacks the boss demon with a flaming light and kills it in an instant, resulting in the increase of levels of all the class shifters present there. Moving on, the system congratulates Su Jinyan for clearing the secret realm. Moreover, she receives a level 15 realm scroll too. Seeing it, the members of Supreme Guild present there start to celebrate while Liu Yao is trying to hug our hero as a gratitude for saving his life. But Shu Luo pushes him aside, blaming him for the reason behind Chen Jun getting safely out of here. Moreover, our boy is sure that Brother Yao will cause a lot of problems in the coming future. Hearing this, Liu Yao offers him $1,000,000 as a compensation, which makes our boy even angrier. Thus he asks him if he has anything else to give other than money. With confidence and pride on his face, Yao declares he has the resolution to make the strongest guild with strong users in it. This is the main reason he is asking our hero to join his guild again and again. Moreover, he can provide him with medicines of any type for a lifetime, since his father owns a big medicine company. Instead of accepting the offer, Shulo asks him to leave. As our boy turns around, Liu Yao, even though disappointed, keeps on saying that they have connections with the best blacksmith family in the Dragon Kingdom, the Su family, and the Mage family. Upon hearing about the Su family, our protagonist interrupts him in order to know about the information of the Su family. Liu Yao claims his father and head of the Su family are old friends, which means they can have any equipment of their choice. Shulo begins doing some analysis, since he knows the items of blacksmiths are better than the ones he buys. Liu Yao, while acting like a loyal puppy, further states it's okay with him if he doesn't want to join their guild, but he will still help him get the equipment whenever he needs them. After sealing the deal with Brother Yao, our hero and Su Jinyan are walking towards the exit, while Yao and his members are waving at him. Back in the safe zone, some men are gossiping about Su Jinyan and her strength as an epic class member. They're praising her too. Chen Jun, sitting behind them, starts to brag about Su Jinyan being their guild member. After this, one of his men reports Su Jinyan has killed the boss demon, which means Shu Luo survived too. After knowing about it, Chen Jun is even more desperate to kill our boy. His man adds, it is rather tough for them to kill him since he is way ahead in strength. Moreover, the Supreme Guild is supporting him too. But then something sparks Chen Jun's eyes. As he stands up saying he can find someone else to finish off his enemy, he knows some level 30 old users stuck in the third world who can definitely help him. Now all they have to do is wait for Shu Luo to enter the third world. The scene changes to our hero and Su Jinyan. She is worried about whether he treats her as an enemy too since Chen Jun is behind his life. Walking in front of her, Shu Luo turns his eyes, assuring he sees Chen Jun as his only enemy, no one else. But if the Misty Pavilion helps him, he won't hesitate to fight them too. Hearing this, Su Jinyan assures him they won't do this. Moreover, she also dislikes Chen Jun. After this, Su Jinyan offers all the equipment she got earlier to our hero, since she only made the last attack. Shulo accepts it, thinking it can help him increase his health and other skills too. Soon another notification in the sky pops up, about another wave of level 15 zombies in Norden University. Seeing the news, both get very excited since it is the last mission to enter the third world. With a visible anxiety on her face, Sujin-yan suggests they should prepare for it prior to the fight. At this moment, Lin appears in the scene, running in front of Sujin-yan towards our boy, begging for his forgiveness since she has realized her mistake. Shuluo can't seem to understand the propaganda behind this act of Lin's. Acting all scared and frightened, she claims Liu Yao has abandoned her. Meanwhile, Sujin-yan, who is visibly jealous, asks Lin why she is trying to come back into our hero's life after having completely abandoned him before. Ignoring her, Lin tries to manipulate Shu, saying that even though she looked down on him earlier, he can't deny that every woman wants her man to be rich. Speaking of the present, Shulo has now reached quite a high place, which means they could start their life together again. At this moment, a subtle smile appears on our protagonist's face, something Jinyan doesn't like at all. Just then, they hear the roar of zombies, signaling that the horde is approaching. Hearing this, Lin yells that it means they must start fighting now, while Shu simply tells her to stop talking. Meanwhile, Sujinyan is already prepared to face the danger coming toward them. Glancing at Lin out of the corner of his eye, our boy suggests she leave since he doesn't want her in his life anymore. Out of curiosity and disbelief, she questions his sudden change because she's sure that the old Zhang Yue would never speak to her like that. On the other side, Sujinyan is fighting off the zombies, but due to their overwhelming numbers, it's difficult for her to handle them alone. As a result, she asks for our protagonist's help, and Shulo responds by sending his pet scorpion to cover Sujinyan. While he is also fighting zombies, he soon hears Lin calling for his help as the zombies close in on her. Out of sympathy, Sujinyan is ready to help Lin, but our hero stops her, saying this outcome was coming for Lin, and they shouldn't intervene now. Slowly and gradually, the zombies begin to devour her. They notice that Lin must not have any revival scrolls, as she doesn't use one. After a few seconds, the zombies completely consume Lin, so our boy suggests they continue their mission, though deep down he is reminiscing about his past with her since he possesses all of Zhang Yue's memories. The zombie wave has reached Norden City, which means both he and Sujinyan must hide and wait until it passes. Right now, Shulo is thinking about the secret passage, which is his last mission, so he suggests Sujinyan restore her strength, but she worries about him. Here, our protagonist enters a portal, saying he has other work to complete before moving forward. Even though Sujinyan wants to go with him, he doesn't listen to her. After some time, our hero finds himself standing before another secret realm, the undead hospital, which he must complete. As soon as he enters the hospital, he also summons his armored scorpion pet. As the scene progresses, our boy finally succeeds in completing the second world mission along with his pet, resulting in his level increasing to 19. Now the only thing left is to fight the boss demon to clear the second world. He also gives plenty of energy points to his scorpion, helping it reach legendary grade. Within this realm, Shu has found a lot of useful equipment, and now has to return to fight the last horde of zombies. At this point, he receives a message from Sujinyan, asking if he wants to fight the boss demon since the zombie wave is gone, while brother Yao also texts, explaining the boss demon is level 20, 3-star. Shu is certain Sujinyan can help him a lot, but he can't leave Liu Yao behind, since he helped him out before. Therefore, our protagonist texts both of them to meet at the undead emperor's door within 15 minutes, and both agree. Outside Norden City, all of them are meeting according to their deal, but Liu Yao has brought all of his guild members, which Sujinyan doesn't find very reliable. Laughing it off, brother Yao claims that even though their boss, he is referring to Shu Luo, can kill the boss demon alone, they must all be prepared just in case. With no other choice, our hero agrees to this plan. At this point, a notification pops up, asking if everyone is ready to challenge the final boss. As soon as our protagonist clicks the agree button, a portal opens before them. Shulo and Sujinyan walk in front, and Liu Yao orders his men to follow. Now all of them pass through the portal and arrive on the other side, ready to face the boss demon, which is a level 20, 3-star undead emperor. Seeing such a gigantic monster, especially compared to the first world boss boar, everyone becomes very frightened. They aren't confident about surviving against such a powerful opponent. Meanwhile, Shu, standing at the front, suggests they keep their distance from the boss monster. After this, he summons his pet scorpion and gets ready to challenge the enemy. In the first secret realm of the second world, they received a lot of experience points and pet eggs, which means the boss and scorpion's levels are now quite close. Suddenly, the boss zombie, who is able to speak, challenges them, saying he will give them a taste of death. Now the real fight officially begins. As the armored titan attacks the boss, our boy also unleashes a super fireball spell. Fighting the boss monster is no longer an impossible task thanks to his new equipment and recent upgrades. The boss demon then strikes his hand into the ground, splitting it into two as tentacles emerge. Everyone runs for their lives while the scorpion and boss monster clash. Soon, the armored scorpion becomes severely injured, prompting Liu Yao and several members to try healing it. In fact, they succeed in healing it. As the monster is about to attack our protagonist, the pet scorpion jumps between them while Su Jinyan attacks the boss with her controlling powers, making it even angrier. Afterward, she yells at our hero to do something since she won't be able to hold the enemy for long, while the boss demon calls them dirty and disgusting. Lost in thought for a moment, Shu Luo finally snaps back, calling the boss a weakling. Then he attacks the monster with all his power, causing the enemy to lose half its health. Now he prepares for the final blow, and as soon as he launches his last attack, the boss dies instantly and crashes to the ground. Seeing this, both Su Jinyan and Liu Yao praise our boy, while a notification pops up announcing that the boss emperor is being punished by heaven and earth. All of a sudden, the boss emperor wakes up again, yelling at our hero and all of humanity, declaring he is going to send everyone to hell with him. Hugging Shu's leg, Brother Yao is begging him to do something, otherwise he will die here since he can't use resurrection scrolls. The entire place is collapsing into several pieces, with lava surging toward the edge. Moreover, the portal to the next world is far away, and to reach it, they must jump above the lava. After thinking for a while, Shu Luo grabs Yao by the collar and Jinyan by her waist, making her a bit awkward without explaining anything, then calls out to his pet scorpion and throws both of them toward it. After that, he orders his pet to throw them toward the portal. Yao and Jinyan are terrified, unable to understand why our protagonist is doing this. But as soon as the scorpion launches them, they pass through the exit and land on the other side of the portal, while Su Jinyan is worrying about Shu, who is still on the opposite side and the portal is closing. Turning to our boy and his scorpion, both are now preparing to exit the second world. As soon as the scorpion throws him toward the exit, he summons it as well. But the portal is barely open. As he gets close to the portal, lava splashes up in front of him, jarring his momentum, which he tries to halt with his weapon. On the other side of the portal, both Su Jinyan and Liu Yao are anxiously watching and praying for Shu Luo since the portal is almost closed. Just as the portal shuts, our hero jumps through it, and upon seeing him, Liu Yao and Su Jinyan become extremely excited and rush to him, asking if he is all right. He assures them that he is fine except for a few injuries from the explosion. Then the system congratulates User 0, Su Jinyan, and Supreme Starburst on completing the second world. With this news, Brother Yao is overjoyed and promises to give Shu 1 million yuan as thanks for his help. Now our protagonist is heading home for some rest when Jinyan calls out to him from behind. She reports that Chen Jun has left the Misty Pavilion, which means he will definitely try to find other ways to kill Shu Luo. As our boy leaves, Liu Yao immediately starts offering Su Jinyan a chance to team up so they can help each other in this world, but she turns him down. Not taking it personally, Brother Yao says they can always work together if they meet again. For Su Jinyan, she has already come to consider Yao a friend as well. Now the third world, approaching death. Brother Yao and his team members are emerging from the grave pits, which seem to be part of the safe zone's activity. Yao suggests they should keep leveling up to become the first guild to enter Jining province. But suddenly someone crushes Liu Yao's hand under their foot. As he screams in pain and yells at the attacker, the person standing before him asks if Liu Yao is president of the Supreme Guild and demands he bring the boy named Zhang Yue to him. Getting up, Yao jabs a finger into the man's chest, declaring that he isn't so special that Yao would just take Shu Luo to him. One of his guild members suggests calling our hero, since these seem like old-class users. True to his loyalty, Yao refuses. The man then draws his weapon, threatening to kill Yao unless he brings Luo to them. The man stabs Brother Yao right in the chest, but nothing happens to him, leaving everyone in complete shock. Now they are wondering how Brother Yao and his members managed to pass the second world when they are not even at level 20. The real reason Yao isn't hurt by the attack is that if someone with a difference of at least 10 levels attacks them, they are protected. Meanwhile, one of his men suggests he should try to run away, but it seems like escaping will not be possible. Soon after, the thugs' men start beating them, which is possible since they are level 25 class shifters. After some time, as the fight slows down, Brother Yao is sitting on the ground while one of his men reports that the thugs are a mercenary group who prey on other groups and take their bounties as well. Since they are very scared, the thug asks Yao again to call our protagonist, threatening to kill him otherwise. Switching to the real world, Shu Luo is talking with the staff at the hospital while sitting on the bed in his room. The staff assures him that they have received the treatment fees for his brother and promise to take good care of him. After expressing his appreciation for their kindness, he ends the call. Now, our boy is reading a text from Liu Yao, who has sent him a large sum of money to help. Seeing the message, Shu Luo thinks the problem of hospital expenses is solved, so he doesn't need to worry any longer. Soon after, he receives another call, this time from a member of the Supreme Guild, who is loudly begging our hero to save their president, Liu Yao. Returning to the alternate world, Yao and one of his men are sitting on the ground with their heads bowed. The men sent by Chen Jun are standing all around, waiting for our protagonist. One of them reports to the boss that someone is approaching. It is none other than Xu Luo, who walks toward them and orders the release of Liu Yao and his men. Looking at him, the boss says he has been paid a huge amount to kill Xu, which means someone will have to die today. Upon hearing this, Brother Yao starts offering them 100 million individually. One of the thugs starts having second thoughts, but the boss yells for him to choose between life or money, explaining that Mr. Gu, who gave them the mission, will likely kill them if they fail. They continue to look down on our boy, thinking he is only a beast tamer. Moving onward, one of them dashes toward Xu Luo to attack, but our hero freezes him in ice with his skill. Seeing this, another man comes forward to attack, but our protagonist uses his fire skill and kills him. The boss cannot believe a low level is killing level 25 warriors so easily. Taking matters into his own hands, he attacks our hero from behind and manages to injure Xu Luo. Seeing this, the man becomes very excited and rushes at our boy again, preparing another attack. By now, Xu Luo realizes that, as a level 30 assassin, the man is extremely fast, so he summons his armored scorpion pet. However, the enemy's speed is so high that the scorpion doesn't have enough time to attack before the assassin rushes towards Xu. Realizing there is no way to dodge, our protagonist braces himself. At this moment, Su Jinyan appears and uses her confining flaming light on the man, while Xu is also ready to strike. Right after, our hero counters with his fireball skill. The man, shocked to be damaged by a level 20 beast tamer, cannot believe it, especially since he is not only a level 30 assassin, but is also wearing gold armor. After killing him, our hero expresses his gratitude to Su Jinyan for appearing and helping him whenever he is in need. Without explaining the real cause behind it, Su Jinyan claims they are connected by fate, though she is actually tracking Xu Luo by monitoring his online status. Brother Yao and his members all apologize for the inconvenience, since everything happened because of them. Telling them not to worry about it, our protagonist explains that the attackers were actually after him. As for Su Jinyan, she suspects that the person behind all this is Chen Jun, because he has been acting suspicious lately. Now they're trying to figure things out, so our boy shifts the topic to their enemies' identities. Brother Yao explains that they're an assassin mercenary group, a small organization created 10 years ago. Jinyan further explains there are more than 50 assassins in the group, but none have reached above level 30. Hearing this, Yao wonders why, after 10 years in this world, they are only level 30. To clarify, Xu Luo explains that a second job is required to surpass level 30. Without it, no one can break through that barrier. Upon hearing this, a member of the Supreme Guild shouts that it means these assassins have been living in the world for 10 years, robbing equipment from others, which is obvious by looking at their gold attributes. Unlike the others, Brother Yao struggles to believe it, since he offered them money too, and if they were really after money, they would have accepted it. Therefore, our protagonist suggests that it seems like the assassins are being forced by someone, which means they will probably attack again. Yao warns that they should do something, because next time, they may not be lucky enough to win against the level 30 players. At this point, Xu Luo asks if Yao can really help him craft equipment from the Xiao family, since they have close ties. As Liu Yao asks what type of equipment he needs, our hero explains that any equipment under level 20 is fine, but it must have the Heart of Demon effect. As he walks away from them, Yao wonders about the significance of this equipment. Xu Luo claims that their survival in this world depends on it. Back in the real world, Chen Jun is yelling at the assassin for losing to the beast tamer. The man is Shashu Peiqi, leader of the mercenary group, who assures Chen Jun that he himself will go and kill their enemy. Chen Jun warns him not to repeat his teammates' mistakes. Meanwhile, our hero is refining his strength while thinking about the mercenary group, knowing he is not capable of fighting them head-on. For the Third World's missions, Death Caesar is raising the tomb defense from 300 to 2,000, and the completion of one task with a difficulty above 300. After this, they can challenge the boss monster. Additionally, the Death Caesar attacks every night at midnight for 10 minutes, and if any player fails to return to their tomb, or if their tomb's defense drops to 0, they will be killed instantly. This means even assassins must go back to their tombs, and this is Shu's only chance to fight them. For now, our boy is waiting for Liu Yao's message about the equipment. Soon after, Brother Yao sends him a text confirming the equipment is ready. After walking for a while, Xu Luo has finally found Gravekeeper Lifa, who seems very frightened of the Death Caesar. Xu Luo approaches him and asks whether he needs some help. Seeing the adventurer, Lifa gives our boy a mission to go to the City of Death, in the east of the Holy Light Cemetery, and wipe out the skeleton army present there. The skeleton army is one of the main forces of the Death Caesar. As long as someone kills them, the ruler of death will definitely wake up. This is what our hero has been wanting to happen, so he agrees to take the mission. After this, the Gravekeeper wishes him good luck. This mission involves 300 skeleton warriors, 300 skeleton archers, 300 skeleton mages, and 300 skeletons, and the time to complete this mission is 3 days. Even though it's considered a normal mission according to the Third World, in front of the undead catastrophe of the second world, it is rather difficult to complete. Moreover, during the mission, if someone leaves the Holy Light Cemetery, it means they're choosing their own death. After some time, Shu is fighting the Death Caesar, and due to this fight, our hero's cemetery has only 121 remaining defense points. Now, our protagonist is using the equipment made from darkness, devil's eyes, and the heart of demon, and because of this, he manages to resist the damage being caused by the ruler of death. The staff made with the material of the heart of the demon is a perfect piece of equipment during the fight against Death Caesar. It is because without it, your health or strength doesn't matter. If someone is within its range, the person will die gradually. But the heart of the demon provides immunity against the demon. In his previous life, Shu Luo discovered this by chance, when he was in the fourth world, that such equipment can only be made by a skilled craftsman. Even though he had this equipment in his last life too, compared to this one, the last one wasn't nearly as reliable. Now he's going somewhere else. Meanwhile, in the tombstone, Brother Yao seems very afraid of the Death Caesar, while one of his men is worrying about raising their level, because otherwise, their tomb's defense will instantly drop to 0, resulting in their death. Here, Chen Jun appears in the scene, mocking Yao for not leaving the safe zone. One of Jun's members also suggests increasing their level, but Chen Jun gets furious at him, saying their only mission is finding our hero, and they should focus on that. The man claims to be acting on his mission and also warns Chen Jun not to harm Chiki, otherwise he will regret it. Chen Jun states it depends on his obedience. If he succeeds in his mission, he will get his daughter back. This shows Chen Jun is blackmailing them. Walking away from Liu Yao, they suggest he should tell them the whereabouts of Shu Luo, otherwise he'll get killed either by them or by the ruler of death, because no one will come to save him. As anger takes over his face, he completely despises Chen Jun, who looks down at the lower-ranked players. Su Jinyan comes running into the scene, asking about Shu Luo. One of the men claims he is missing after taking the equipment from Yao, but then a thought hits all of their minds. Now they are thinking that Shu Luo used them to get the equipment so he could fight the demon with it, and now he has run away, leaving them behind to fight the assassin group and die in the Holy Light Cemetery. Unlike the others, Liu Yao isn't doubting our protagonist, since he believes in him. In this instance, Liu Yao receives a message from Shu, who is asking for help. Yao starts bragging about it, while Su Jinyan is becoming jealous at the idea of him getting help from Liu Yao instead of her. Now she feels she must do something to make him realize she is better than Brother Yao. After this, Liu reports everything to our hero, explaining that Chen Jun has entered the third world, along with 10 high-level assassins, and that he is blackmailing them to complete his mission, as he has kidnapped the daughter of the highest-ranked person. After this, he questions our boy about his location. Shu, without any hesitation, tells him he is in the City of Death. After some time, while walking in the City of Death, Su Jinyan claims it won't be easy for them to fight the monsters here, as most of them are between the levels of 25 and 28. At this moment, a hand emerges from the ground, which startles Su Jinyan, causing her to scream. As the monster is about to attack her, out of nowhere, someone freezes it using the ice cone technique. Then a hand reaches out to hold her. It is Shu Luo. While holding Jinyan by her waist, our hero is trying to kill the monster, and Su Jinyan is feeling shy due to this, since Shu Luo has saved her again, just like in the first world. On the other hand, in the safe zone, some men are gossiping about Chen Jun and their own leader who helped Jun clear the second world. One of them can't figure out the reason behind it, while the other claims that as long as someone gives him money, he will do anything for them. The assassin whose daughter is being held by Chen Jun is resolute to give a brutal death to our boy. Here he sees someone with a cloak over his head running away. He tries to catch him but fails, so he lets him go, thinking no matter what, he will die anyway. After some time, the man approaches Liu Yao and reports to him about the assassins, saying they're looking for someone named Zhang Yue and want to kill him inside the graveyard. Shaking hands with that player, Liu Yao assures him about the money, then orders him not to tell anyone about their deal. After thanking Liu Yao, the man goes away. Meanwhile, one of the Supreme Guild members claims Shu Luo is just using them and they should inform the mercenaries and get rid of them. But Brother Yao insists he isn't using anyone, but rather wants them to return to the safe zone. Again, the member says he won't be able to fight the high-level mercenaries alone, but in complete anger, Liu Yao tells the man to stay quiet. In fact, he completely believes in our hero, unlike the others. The scene shifts to the City of Death. While standing together, Su Jinyan thanks our protagonist and also asks about his leveling up. In response, he claims he has only managed to increase 1 level, which is rather slow. Shocked, Jinyan wonders how that could be slow, since she hasn't seen him for a couple of days, and he has already increased his level. Meanwhile, our hero is strategizing about how to survive against the ruler of death. This is because the defense of the graveyard can only withstand 3 attacks, clearly indicating that if people don't get killed by the killer mercenaries, they'll be killed by the god of death within 2 days. After thinking for a while, he asks Su Jinyan about potions, explaining that he needs them urgently, but will definitely pay her 120% of their value. Checking her inventory, Su Jinyan gives him 6 vessels of different potions, all prepared by her sister. While handing him the potions, Jinyan realizes he is trying to increase his strength for the fight against the assassins. But our hero explains he needs them to boost his power even more than the mercenaries, lasting at least 3 days. Since humans have some limits in the alternate world, Su Jinyan worries about him, but Shu claims he must go through with it. Seeing his determination, she offers to help, but our protagonist doesn't want her to get involved in the fight since the monsters are very dangerous. Showing him new equipment, she claims that with it, she won't fall behind. With a nervous laugh, our boy finally agrees to let her join. Now, he discusses making a new strategy, because he actually wants to keep her safe, while Su Jinyan is very excited to fight alongside her crush. This mission will also last for 3 days, and with their current progress, they'll have to work hard to increase their levels and upgrade the equipment. From his past life, Shulo also remembers the level 25 secret realm called Skeleton Island. This realm can help him level up. Getting the secret realm scroll as a reward and completing the mission is enough for leveling up. As for Su Jinyan, she is eager to help him complete the mission. As they accept the challenge, as always, a portal appears before them. Entering the portal, they find themselves on Skeleton Island, where an NPC mage named Lao Rue stands before them. Like any mage, he asks our hero if he is here to fight the monsters, and when Shu agrees, Lao Rue hands him a token and wishes him luck so he doesn't get killed by a monster. Upon accepting the token, a notification pops up, stating that after killing every skeleton monster, he will get 10 refining chances, each costing at least 20 alternate energy, and may also receive a gold mission. Seeing his expression, Su Jinyan asks about the reason for his stress. Our protagonist answers that the secret realm has a chance to refine to the gold order, but it requires a lot of time. Hearing this, Su Jinyan gets worried too, since refining takes a lot of alternate energy, which most ordinary people don't have. Glancing at her, our boy brags that he will never lack alternate energy. Now, they move forward to complete the mission while battling monsters. After fighting plenty of demons, the order hasn't changed yet, but Su Jinyan appears tired. After struggling for some more time, he finally succeeds in refining it to the gold order. Now, he must level up within 2 hours or the order will disappear again. As for our protagonist, he is more than ready to increase his level. Looking at the golden order, Luo claims they got it because, unlike others, they're quite lucky. Su Jinyan, on the other hand, thinks their success is due to his unlimited alternate energy. Now, they're getting ready to fight the Death God, which looks like it could arrive at any moment. Since the Golden Order has a 2-hour retention time, they must go back to the secret realm first, because they can find some high-level dungeons there, which will definitely help them fight the enemies. But first, using the Golden Order, Shu Luo upgrades Skull Island into a hidden secret realm. Their mission is to kill 40 skeleton warriors and the Guardian, who is the skeleton General Hera. Soon, the portal opens up in front of them, and the Guardian, a level 26 physical-type Lord Monster riding a horse, appears in front of them with other skeleton monsters behind him. The Lord Monster orders his army to wipe out anyone who enters their territory. Seeing this, our hero suggests luring the skeleton squad away because it won't be easy for them to fight against these high-level monsters directly. As planned, Shu Luo and Su Jinyan run from the skeleton army while they're being chased. Here, our protagonist asks her how many people she can control at one time, but Su Jinyan clearly has no idea since she never checked it before. Therefore, our hero suggests she hide somewhere and control as many monsters as she can, after which killing them will get easier. Moving on, he is standing in front of the skeleton army, and as soon as they dash toward our hero, he yells at Su Jinyan to make her move now. Now she is controlling them while our protagonist successfully kills them using fire. Seeing his army getting killed by a human, the Lord Monster becomes very furious. Taking matters into his own hands, he is ready to fight with Shu Luo and Jinyan. Looking at the stats of the Lord Monster, our boy is stressing out since he has nothing in front of it. On the other hand, Su Jinyan's energy has decreased to a great extent due to multi-control. The Lord Monster is about to cut off our hero's body with his spear when Su Jinyan finally uses her controlling powers. Seeing it as his only chance, Shu Luo attacks the demon with all his power, and, as a result, it receives a high amount of damage. Looking at the monster, Jinyan praises our boy while he asks her to help him with something. On the other side, the Lord Monster is again trying to stand up. Scenes shift toward Chen Jun, who is standing in front of the portal of the secret realm, and his guild members are asking the reason behind it. He answers that since the rules have changed after the activation of the realm, he is trying to block outsiders from entering it. The reason is that he wants to find out the person who activated the secret realm. Moreover, Chen Jun orders his men to kill whoever gets out of the portal. Here, the announcement about the first person who cleared the secret realm pops up, which is no one else but Su Jinyan. Seeing Jinyan walking out of the exit, Chen Jun gets very excited and questions whether she is the one who activated it. As she agrees to it, Chen Jun yells about closing the entrance because he would have helped her. She answers that she doesn't want anyone's help and, in fact, wants to keep all the rewards to herself. As she is about to walk away, one of the killer mercenaries stops her. stating that the person who actually activates the hidden secret realm, after clearing it, doesn't receive the bounty scroll as a reward. It means she didn't enter the realm alone. Seeing them suspecting her, Sujinyan gets extremely scared. After making up the story, Sujinyan explains that it was actually her best friend who opened the secret realm, while she simply cleared it before her friend could. The assassin, still doubting her, questions her about this friend. Sujinyan replies that her friend is gone, and while acting a bit annoyed and angry, she yells at Chenjun for letting his men interrogate her right in front of him. Nervously, he suggests she shouldn't bother him since he knows nothing about her. As she walks away from them, Jun asks her out for a meal, but Jinyan rejects him, telling him not to follow her anymore. After she's gone, Chenjun questions the man whether he is sure about Shu Luo still being in the safe zone and not in the secret realm. Furthermore, Chenjun's guild members saw our protagonist trying to leave, but he couldn't succeed due to the guards posted at the entrance. Since tonight is the last night, Jun emphasizes that Shu Luo must not get out until midnight. After that, the defense of his tomb will drop to 0, which means he will surely die. Moreover, Jun even praises our hero and Liu Yao. After walking for a while, Sujinyan finally reaches the woods and calls for our boy. At that moment, our protagonist steps out from behind a huge stone. Seeing him, she immediately starts talking, admitting that after getting out of the exit, she was really afraid Chenjun might spot him. She also questions Shu Lo about whether he knew Chenjun and the killer mercenaries would be waiting outside the portal. Shu Lo explains that he hired very strong assassins, so it was clear Chenjun would come to see who got the rewards, and even try to take them if he could. Jinyan finally understands why our hero asked her for a favor earlier in the secret realm, which was to have Su Jinyan deliver the last attack on the monster so his identity wouldn't be revealed in front of others. Here, our boy apologizes for using her but explains he didn't want any drama after his identity was revealed. Hearing this, Su Jinyan reassures him not to worry and says she's actually happy to help. Now they take a break for a moment. At the same time, they begin checking out the rewards. The first one is a super magic shield. The only problem left is getting back into the holy cemetery without being noticed by Chenjun. After this, they can officially reach level 25. Sujinyan suggests using her sister's connections to help since the enemy is at level 30, so their current strength won't be enough. However, our hero gently puts his hand on her head and assures her to stop worrying about it. Jinyan becomes very shy and excited. In her excitement, she shows the bounty scroll she got earlier and asks if they should open it now. Regarding the tasks in the alternate world, they're divided into 3 types: regular, hidden, and bounty quests. Hidden quests are rare, and although bounty quests have the highest uncertainty, their rewards aren't as impressive as those from hidden quests. Additionally, their potion consumption has increased greatly in the past few days, meaning they have a chance to earn more money. As they open the bounty quest, a monster appears. They're still confused when the system congratulates them on obtaining a level 28 Golden Shelton King monster and asks if they want to upgrade the completed task. Since Sujinyan is unsure about this, Luo explains that choosing to upgrade the quest means giving up the current rewards, and if they fail, all their efforts will have been in vain. Our boy is deep in thought, admitting he might have chosen to upgrade, but he doesn't want to risk being exposed to Chenjun after all they've been through. Jinyan, unlike him, insists they should seize this rare opportunity before Chenjun learns about it. Agreeing with her, Shu Lo decides to accept, and soon a notification announces the upgrade of the hidden quest to hunt the Shelton King. They have 1 hour to complete the mission. Looking at the reward category, Su Jinyan is quite excited, but our hero feels it will be difficult to complete the mission since there are only 2 of them. Suddenly they hear whispers about the boss monster spawning. Quickly, Shu Luo puts his hand on Su Jinyan's face and hides both of them behind a gigantic rock. Meanwhile, Chen Jun is approaching the monster, hoping for plenty of rewards. When he sees the monster, a level 28 king demon, Chen Jun is very frightened, but he orders the killer mercenaries to attack and wear it down, reserving the final blow for himself. Watching the king monster, the leader of the mercenaries explains the plan to his team. Afterwards, he charges at the demon, and following their strategy, they attack one by one. Meanwhile, Su Jinyan and our boy, still hidden behind the rock, observe the fight silently. Here, Su Jinyan wonders if our hero is waiting for them to drain the monster's stamina. In response, Shu Lo uses the idiom, "The mantis stalks the cicada," unaware of the oriole behind, grinning as he does so. Seeing the mercenaries fighting the Lord Monster, Su Jinyan genuinely thinks they're quite strong, while our boy analyzes the unified efforts they're making in fighting the monster, which seem quite effective to him. At this point, the leader of the mercenaries senses something odd happening around them and discusses it with one of his members. Behind them, Chen Jun is repeatedly threatening and yelling at the assassins to defeat the monster. Trying to turn their leader against Chen Jun, one of the assassins' members talks to the leader about Chen Jun. This plan actually works, and the leader becomes very furious with Jun. As they stand near the rock behind which Shu Luo and Su Jinyan are hiding, in a fit of anger, the leader attacks the rock, breaking it into pieces and exposing both of them. Calmly, our protagonist steps forward, though he hadn't expected to get exposed to them like this. Now standing face to face, the assassin leader challenges Shu Luo to a fight, believing that he is underestimating them. Chen Jun, shocked by seeing our boy, yells out, demanding to know what he is doing there since, according to him, Shu should be stuck in the safe zone. What is even more shocking is that Su Jinyan is also with our hero, but Jinyan tells Chen Jun he should worry about himself instead of her. Hearing this, Chen Jun becomes extremely furious and orders the mercenaries to act according to their deal. The leader then orders his men to gather all other group members present in the safe zone. Our hero and the leader are now ready for a battle. Soon the assassin dashes toward our protagonist with impressive speed, and seeing him coming, Shulo pushes Jinyan aside and takes the attack himself, falling to the ground. At this point, the mercenary declares that he will kill Shu Luo with his own hands while our boy is still lying on the floor. But then Su Jinyan attacks, saying she will never let anyone harm Shu Luo. While she is controlling the mercenary, our protagonist uses 3 magics simultaneously on him, leaving the leader assassin pretty injured. On the other side, the Lord Monster is getting out of control, and the assassins are unable to manage him, so they start yelling for help. Looking at our hero and Su Jinyan out of the corner of his eye, the leader dashes toward the monster, while our boy is thinking of a way he can get a chance to kill the monster, so he suggests killing the boss monster first. Back in the safe zone, Liu Yao and his group members are trying to think of a way to survive. One of them suggests that they should have handed over Shu Luo to the assassin group, while everyone else just sits there quietly, even Liu. After a while, they see the mercenaries leaving the safe zone and finally breathe a sigh of relief. However, Liu is still worried that the assassin may have discovered that our hero is not in the safe zone. One group member tells him to stop worrying about Shu Luo because now they have a chance to kill the monsters. Otherwise, everyone will die here. Still thinking and worrying about our protagonist, Brother Yao isn't ready to leave him with the mercenaries if they're really targeting him. Hearing this, all his group members are in complete shock and disbelief. After thinking it over, Liu orders all the guild members to move toward the City of Death, even offering to double their salary if they join him. Now he is walking alone out of the safe zone to help our boy, while the others whisper about him, but, not wanting to lose the money, they start following him as well. The scene shifts back to the fight between the monster and the assassins. The leader and Naiba is running toward the monster, while the leader yells at Naiba that his only task is to weaken the monster, since he will be the one to kill it. Therefore, Naiba uses flowing light magic on the monster, but suddenly the boss monster attacks Naiba with its gigantic hand, knocking him to the ground with full force. Now all 3 parties are staring at each other. Looking at the situation, Chen Jun seems quite frightened, and on the other hand, the monster makes its first attack on them. Working together with Su Jinyan, Shu Luo is ready to kill the monster, but at this moment, the leader runs toward our hero from behind because he won't let our protagonist kill the boss monster this easily. The leader is about to attack our boy from behind when someone suddenly strikes him, causing him to miss his chance. It turns out to be the Supreme Guild members sent by Brother Yao, who have arrived to protect Shu Luo. Seeing them step in, the assassin leader immediately orders his own men to fight back. Now both parties are clashing with each other. Meanwhile, our protagonist remains focused on the boss monster. Observing Shu, the leader mercenary can hardly believe someone this young could be this strong. Since he cannot allow our hero to be the one who defeats the monster, he rushes at him again. But just as before, Su Jinyan uses her controlling powers on him. Even though he knows Chen Jun will never permit him to kill her, her relentless attacks make him even more desperate to end her. Using break-free magic, the leader overcomes her control and strikes Su Jinyan directly in the chest with his sword. Witnessing this, Shu is distracted by thoughts of the money he was supposed to earn by helping her complete the alternate world, while Jinyan, lying on the floor, wishes him good luck and then is summoned back to the real world due to the established rules. Determined to finish off the monster quickly, our hero unleashes 3 magics at once and continues to attack repeatedly to maximize his damage. After a tough struggle, Shu finally succeeds in killing the boss monster, prompting the system to congratulate him on completing the mission. Brother Yao and some of his members, still at a distance, see smoke rising from the area where our boy is, indicating he must have killed the monster. Meanwhile, our protagonist has acquired a defensive skill from the secret realm, which proved vital in overcoming the boss. For now, his priority should be increasing his level, but the system asks Shu if he wants to absorb the Golden Skeleton King as his pet. Hearing this, he grows quite excited and accepts. Meanwhile, Chen Jun is still blackmailing the assassin leader with threats against his daughter, demanding he bring any spoils left by the boss monster or else face dire consequences. The leader tries to capture our boy but fails. In response, Chen threatens him again, which finally agitates the leader to the point that, instead of focusing on Shu Luo, he rushes at Chen Jun and kicks him forcefully in the chest, knocking him to the ground. Sword pointed at Chen, he threatens to kill him if he dares touch his daughter. Attempting to calm him down, Chen tries to change the subject, warning that if she doesn't kill Shu Luo now, his level and strength will increase even further. Walking away from Chen Jun, the leader claims he is strong enough to kill our hero at any moment. As for Brother Yao and his guild members, they remain in the area, panicking over the current situation since Shu has left them behind. Spotting them, the assassin leader is about to order his members to kill them, but Chen Jun has other plans. He knows Shu will definitely come to save Brother Yao. Turning back to our protagonist, he has now reached level 25 and is also prepared to keep the boss monster as his pet. Suddenly, Shu receives a message from the general of the Misty Pavilion Guild, who tries to manipulate him by claiming that Jinyan died because of him, and that even the Supreme Guild members are stuck because they tried to save him, yet he simply ran away without helping. Our boy also gets a text from Jinyan, who tells him to wait for her so they can face the assassins together, but Shu rejects this without hesitation, as he intends to take down the leader alone as revenge for killing her. Moving forward, Brother Yao is sitting on the ground with his hands covering his face, while some of the members stand beside him. His face is brutally swollen and marked with bruises, and he is quietly praying for Shu's arrival. At this exact moment, Shu Luo appears, walking toward them and entering the scene. Upon seeing him, Chen Jun lets out an evil laugh, convinced that our boy is a fool for showing up. The sight of our protagonist prompts Brother Yao to desperately beg him for help. Walking towards Chen Jun and the assassin leader, our hero boldly challenges them to kill him, since it seems they're so determined to do it. The leader suggests letting Shu come closer before attacking, but Chen Jun, in contrast, insists that they don't need to be so strategic to kill a low-level beast tamer. He then orders one of his men to take action. This is actually about Liu Yao, who, after being kicked by the man, is brought over to stand before our hero. Seeing Brother Yao, Shu suggests he should leave, insisting he can handle the situation alone. But Yao, his face battered and swollen, urges him to retreat because these mercenaries are truly strong. Still, our protagonist refuses to leave, so Brother Yao promises that if he goes back, he will definitely send help. Standing in front of the assassin leader and the other mercenaries, Shu Luo grins and challenges them to a fight. They immediately rush toward our boy, intent on killing him. But at this point, he summons his Dark Skeleton King, the pet he acquired earlier. The sight of it leaves both Chen Jun and the leader visibly frightened. Our protagonist knew he couldn't take on the mercenaries with just his pet scorpion, but when he accepted the Golden Skeleton King as his pet, it devoured the scorpion and transformed into the rare Dark Skeleton King, gaining many new skills during the upgrade. Shu even acquired the Necromancer suit. After refining it, he obtained several Demon Slayer items. Additionally, he used defensive boots to boost his defense, and with the warrior attributes, his offense improved as well. After all this preparation, our hero finally felt ready for the challenge. In the present, the dark monster launches an attack on the mercenaries, killing many of them in a single blow, which seems unreal to everyone witnessing it. Assessing the situation, Chen Jun yells at the leader to take matters into his own hands if he wants to ensure his daughter's survival. Preparing to face our protagonist, the leader is already considering killing Chen Jun too, after saving his daughter, and to avenge his fallen brothers. With impressive speed, he attacks our boy from above, but Shu stops the assault using his staff. At the same moment, our hero's other pet, acquired during the upgrade, attacks the leader from behind, since he now has two pets at his command. The Lord Pet attacks the leader from behind, while Shu Luo also uses his magic against him, sending him flying far across the ground. The mercenary is in disbelief at what just happened. Other mercenaries are also trying to fight the Lord Monster. At this point, the assassin leader orders them to focus on killing Shu first, since he is the one controlling the Lord Monster. He further explains that two mercenaries with high agility should confront the Lord Skeleton, while the others deal with Shu Luo. Proceeding with this plan, they rush toward our protagonist, and one of them attacks him. At this moment, the Supreme Guild members sent by Brother Yao arrive. Their leader introduces himself as Li Xiaoyao, the vice president of the Supreme Guild. While thanking him, our boy also suggests that they can retreat at any time if they feel in danger. Upon hearing this, Xiaoyao orders his men to advance, and without hesitation, they begin killing the mercenaries one by one. The assassin leader watches in utter disbelief, but our hero is visibly enthusiastic watching their arrival. However, the leader refuses to back down, and just as he is about to attack, he receives a message from one of his members that Su Jinyan has successfully rescued his daughter, Qiki, who is now safely returned to him. Upon reading this, the leader sheds a tear of happiness and commands all his men to stop fighting, leaving everyone stunned. Chen Jun continues yelling at him, still threatening him about his daughter, unaware that she has already been saved. Unfazed, the assassin leader grabs Chen Jun and starts choking him brutally, announcing that he already has his daughter back and now Chen must face death. Chen Jun, now desperate, begs for his life, but without hesitation, the leader plunges his sword right into Chen's chest. Our hero has concerns about Chen Jun, knowing that he is capable of killing anyone, but the mercenary declares that his family comes first. After this, he falls to his knees, apologizes to our boy, and asks him to thank Su Jinyan on his behalf. He even promises to try to repay the lives he has taken so far. Moving on, Zhao Yao states that 235 of their guild members were killed by the mercenaries, and now they intend to kill the mercenaries in return. Although all the assassins are now terrified, their leader orders them not to move an inch. Meanwhile, Xu Luo is ready to finish the leader, feeling a strong urge to avenge 400k, referring to Su Jinyan. As our hero kills the leader, it becomes clear to everyone that he is no ordinary player. Seeing their leader killed by Xu, the other mercenaries become extremely furious, and as they prepare to fight our hero on their boss's behalf, all of them suddenly receive a message from the leader. The text announces that he has gotten Cheeky back thanks to Xu Luo and his friend, and from now on, if anyone dares to harm them, they'll be kicked out of the guild. While reading the message, every mercenary looks visibly shocked. Meanwhile, our protagonist is trying to gauge the situation by observing their expressions. As the mercenaries approach, the vice president of the Supreme Guild, Li Xiaoyao, begins to panic, but our boy suggests he should stay calm. In that instant, all the mercenaries drop to their knees before them, declaring their intent to repay the lives of all the Supreme Guild members they've killed so far. They explain they don't want their boss to bear the blame alone. To help them understand what it truly means to be citizens of the Dragon Nation, Xu Luo states that everyone should unite against mutual enemies rather than fighting each other, because protecting family and defending the Dragon Nation is the mark of a true player. Turning away and walking in the opposite direction, our protagonist announces he wants them to repay the loss in another way, by paying double the amount of the economic loss suffered by the Supreme Guild and by helping the guild clear the Third World. After hearing all the conditions, the mercenaries agree without hesitation. Soon, Xu Luo walks out of the portal, and Xiao Yao, watching his back, finally understands the reason for Brother Yao's admiration. Entering the safe zone, other players also admire his Lord Skeleton pet, unable to believe someone could actually possess such a creature. As for our hero, he is checking the stats of his new pet, which are very high overall except for the skills. However, he remembers the 2 skill books he received as a reward and considers using them now. While he is still working on his pet, Su Jinyan comes running toward him, calling out his name. Upon reaching him, her first question is whether he killed Chen Jun, so our protagonist explains that, although he tried, it was actually Peiki, the leader of the assassins, who killed him. Hearing this, she breathes a sigh of relief, prompting Xu to ask her why. She explains that Chen Jun is the only son of Chen Tianqi, who loves him dearly and will definitely seek revenge on anyone who kills his son. Our hero reflects that Su Jinyan is truly a loyal partner, first sacrificing herself and now coming here to warn him. At first, Su Jinyan feels a thrill, thinking he might have realized her feelings for him, but when he refers to her as a loyal partner, she seems disappointed. She asks him how he plans to make it up to her, since she lost a resurrection and suffered a level drop only because of him. Hearing this, Xu Luo promises to help her clear the alternate world, but says they'll do it tomorrow and today they should return to the real world for some rest. Jinyan seems very excited about the plan. After a while, our protagonist enters his apartment with a sense of relief, but just then, he receives a call from an unknown number. When he answers, the voice on the other end thanks him. It's Peiki. He explains that he got Xu's number from Su Jinyan because he wanted to officially thank him for his help. Looking at his daughter, Peiki says he could do anything for her, and that's why he did everything he did. He also promises to stop all the dirty tricks and move forward to clean the alternate worlds. On the other end, Xu praises him for this decision. The next day, our hero wakes up to a knock at his door. When he opens it, a delivery man stands before him with a parcel and asks him to sign for it. Since Xu didn't order anything, he feels a bit reluctant, but when he opens the envelope, he finds an invitation to the professional tournament, which leaves him in complete disbelief. Holding the letter in his hand, Xu Luo wonders if someone has recognized him, or if perhaps the sender is also a reincarnator. At that moment, a notification appears on our boy's phone. It is a message from the person on the other side asking him to check the news. Apparently someone has wiped out the professional guild's headquarters and killed a total of 45 professionals, including Peiki and his 9-year-old daughter. Our protagonist calls the culprits animals, disgusted that they didn't even spare a child. Picking up his jacket, he contemplates whether these murders and the letter arriving immediately afterward could really be a coincidence. Walking out of his apartment, Xu Luo is determined to find a new place as soon as possible. However, our hero remains suspicious that someone is following him, so he changes taxis multiple times and walks around the city repeatedly, trying to confuse any potential stalkers and lose his trail. Now, he is standing in front of a real estate agency. When a girl answers the door and asks if he is looking for an apartment, our boy confirms it, prompting her to describe a house she believes is suitable for him. She then asks if he is ready to go check it out, and Xu Luo agrees. After a while, the agent is showing our protagonist a house in the Shio yachting community, explaining the advantages of the property. Once he has looked around for a bit, our hero agrees to buy the apartment. Hearing this, The agent becomes excited and starts talking about the contract. At that moment, he receives a call from Sujinyan, who asks whether they are still going to clear the third world together. She also mentions that she has rented a house and will transfer him the money as well. Standing in his apartment, Shu is ready to return to the alternate world. After a short time, both are standing across from each other in the safe zone. Here, a few other players approach and offer Su Jinyan a spot on their team, suggesting that since her teammate Shu is a low-level player, she should join them instead. Suddenly, Brother Yao appears on the scene, grabs one of the men by the collar, and yells at them for looking down on our protagonist. Behind him, Xiao Yao quietly suggests not to do anything that might cause trouble for Shu in the future. After thinking it over, Liu Yao agrees with Xiao Yao and releases the players. Su Jinyan is still feeling nervous and ashamed about what happened earlier, while Brother Yao introduces the guild members standing behind him. They are Xiao Yao, who can provide support to our hero, and Shen Yi, who is a healer. However, our boy politely rejects the offer and chooses to only take Jinyan with him. Now, they're discussing Chen Tianqi. Because of his power, nobody dares oppose him, but Shu remains suspicious and thinks something else might be hidden beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Su Jinyan is worried about our boy, since he was the one who killed Chen Jun once. Still, Shu Lo believes he is capable of handling whatever comes his way. At the same time, Liu Yao and his guild members, watching the interaction, feel a twinge of jealousy. Suddenly, our protagonist turns back toward them and accepts their offer. At this, all three of them become extremely excited. Now the five of them form a team to clear the world together. After successfully assembling their team, everyone is hyped up to work together and complete the mission. After some time, they walk out of a portal and enter the Death God Descends world, a boss territory. Looking around, Brother Yao doesn't notice anything special at first, but then they see thousands of bats flying overhead and a gigantic boss monster emerging from among them. Upon seeing the enormous monster, Liu Yao realizes it won't be easy for them to face the death god Caesar. Here, Shu activates the detect technique to check Caesar's stats. Even though this boss is more powerful than the last, our boy is confident he can defeat him with the help of his two pets and the undead equipment. As the boss lets out a scream, a dark skeleton king and skeleton warriors begin emerging from the ground. At that, Shulo summons his pets and orders them to kill all the monsters. He also manages to take out a large number of enemies in a single attack using the flaming missile. Shen Yi, still unaware of our protagonist's true power, can't believe he just wiped out a group with one strike, while the others are struggling to bring down even a single skeleton warrior. Now our hero lays out the plan. He will take on the boss, while the others focus on clearing out the smaller monsters. He also advises Liu Yao to stay behind, since he has no revives left. Jinyan and Shen Yi hype Shu up, but Xiao Yao keeps looking around for Guildmaster Yao, who has already hidden himself far away, shouting that he'll stay hidden to protect himself. The Dark Lord pet is perfect for helping Zhu battle the boss, while the Skeleton Warrior pet can handle the other enemies. Rushing toward Death Caesar, the Lord Skeleton lands a direct hit to the boss's face, shocking Shen Yi, who can't believe even a level 30 boss is nothing for Zhu's pet. Alongside, our protagonist is attacking the boss as well. Their efforts keep surprising Shen Yi, while Xiao Yao suggests focusing on healing. The fight continues for several minutes until Shu finally manages to kill the monster. Afterward, the system congratulates all of them for defeating the boss as a team. Everyone is excited, since they're the first to clear the third world. Here, Shulo suggests to Su Jinyan and Yao that they should stay in the third world for a few more days to level up, which will help them when they have to fight the monsters in the fourth world. Both agree to stay longer. After some time, our protagonist is back in his apartment to rest before entering the fourth world. He doesn't turn on the lights and head straight to his bed, only to suddenly realize there's someone else lying there. In complete shock, he stands up and demands to know who the girl is, sleeping on his bed at that moment. The purple-haired girl lying on the bed isn't waking up, so Shu calls the realtor from whom he rented the apartment, asking whether it's supposed to be shared. The woman on the other end insists they informed him earlier, though she's clearly lying since our protagonist never received such information. Instead of admitting any mistake, she starts yelling that they did their best to find a good apartment for him and now he's just finding faults, when he's the one who never mentioned anything about sharing. It seems like our boy is the one who missed it, so he pleads with her to find a new place. She agrees to do it, but warns it will take some time. Standing by the door of the room where the girl is still sleeping, Shulo checks the invitation letter for the tournament he received earlier. It's for the 100th Pro League game, which will be held in half a month. He's determined to participate this time since, because of his death in his previous life, he never achieved a high record. Now, his main priority is reaching level 30 if he wants to compete in the Pro League. Standing before the portal, our hero is just about to enter the alternate world when he receives a text message from Yao, who's asking for a favor. In the third world, Shadowland, Brother Yao stands with 3 girls who question whether he can really do it, since he doesn't seem capable. Brother Yao confidently claims that even if he can't do it, his big brother Shu will definitely help. At that moment, our protagonist enters the alternate world. The girls look down on him because he's a beast tamer. Liu Yao begs our boy to join his team and help them, so Shu laughs it off, joking that it looks like Yao is doing all this just for the girls. Afterward, he explains the quest. They need to defeat the level 27 skeleton boss. Even though he's already sent in 10 men, all have been defeated miserably, so Shu Luo is their last hope. Entering the boss skeleton zone, our hero suggests that they wait for him there, but the girls keep underestimating him, believing he's merely boasting. Just 3 minutes later, our protagonist walks out from the exit, so one of the girls assumes he failed to kill the monster. Shu tells Yao that the monster's been taken care of and says he has other tasks to complete. Brother Yao hypes up our hero, while the girls frantically check their systems in disbelief, unable to accept that he finished the boss so quickly. After confirming the quest completion, 2 of them start talking to Yao, who reminds them about their bet. They promise to be his girlfriends for 7 days. However, the 3rd girl tries to run away, seemingly curious about Shu Luo. As Yao notices, she pleads with him to let her go. After some time, she appears behind our boy and addresses him as Asura, the name our hero used in his previous life. Shu, shocked, tries to deny it, saying Asura died 100 years ago, but the girl insists he didn't die, since he is actually Asura. Realizing she's the one who sent the letter, he grabs her by the neck and demands to know her identity and how she knows about him. The girl claims she'll only answer once he fulfills her conditions. These demands only make our protagonist angrier. She begs him, promising she won't reveal his identity to anyone. Even though he considers killing her, he holds back, wanting to know who's really behind all this. He asks about her condition, and the girl responds that she wants to be his teammate in the Pro League. She explains that all he has to do is help her pass the city prelims, after which she'll tell him everything. She wonders if her goal for entering the Pro League is just money. Although money is a factor, the main reason, she says, is to prove herself. While walking away, our boy suggests she reach level 30 so they can enter the league together. On hearing this, the girl promises to text him once she reaches level 30, but our protagonist isn't interested in keeping in touch. When she starts following him, Shu makes it clear that she should only find him when it's time to sign up. He doesn't want any further contact before then. After this, our hero enters the 4th world, Dragon Valley. He finds himself in the safe zone, which is the Temple of Light. All the players from Linhai and Ganyan City are present here, due to the shared locations. The 2 main quests in this world are to kill at least 3 different Lord-class Dark Dragons, and to gain level 5 trust from 1 dragon. Only after completing these quests will he be able to face the boss. Once he reaches level 30, another pet slot will open, which means he could acquire a flying dragon as a pet. Now our protagonist is ready to tackle these quests first. Advancing into the Dark Mountains, our hero and his pets engage in battles against the dragons. To complete the quest, he must also earn the trust of 1 dragon. For fighting black dragons, his pets alone are strong enough. At the same time, he is researching dragons to better understand how to defeat them without trouble. Suddenly, our boy hears some strange noises, and when he looks up, he sees a swarm of flying dragons coming toward him. He realizes this kind of hidden quest has never happened to him before. After quickly upgrading, Shu Luo orders his pets to fight as well. However, the black dragons and light dragons begin fighting each other, and since the black dragons are weaker, Shu will only have to handle the light dragons. Just then, he catches sight of a level 35 Lord monster, which attacks him directly, but his pet acts as a shield and saves him. It turns out there are 3 of these level 35 dragons, making our protagonist think he might not survive long enough to finish the quest. Suddenly, one of the Lord Dragons starts talking, challenging our hero by declaring it will kill him. Shu Luo is stunned to hear a dragon speak. The Lord Dragon then offers him a choice: leave the Light Clan and join the Dark Clan, claiming that this is the only way for our protagonist to save himself. If Shu rejects the offer, it means he'll definitely die and lose a level 2, which he can't afford at the moment. It seems like our protagonist is getting trapped by the Dark Dragon clan, but with no other options, he has to join them. As he agrees to the offer, the Dark Dragon opens a portal and instructs him to step inside. On the other side, our boy finds himself standing in a dark hall. This hall isn't a safe zone, but rather the log-in, log-out, and respawn point. Standing before him is a Dark Dragon Knight, Leader Goya, who welcomes Shu Luo to the Dark Hall. Instantly, a notification pops up asking if he wants to join the Dark Clan. Meanwhile, our hero has already lost a level because his time for the hidden quest expired. Leader Goya now commands him to go and kill light giant dragons in order to prove his loyalty. Since Shu has no other choice, he must go after the Light Clan. At this moment, he receives a text from the girl he met earlier, who is again asking for help. Our hero rejects her request, but she insists, claiming she'll reveal something about Asura if he helps her complete the quest. So our protagonist heads back to the 3rd world, where the girl is waiting alone in the City of Death. The girl explains that, right before the quest, her friends abandoned her, and, with only half a day left, she had no choice but to ask him for help. Xiaoluo, uninterested in her story, is focused only on completing the quest. At this moment, Jinyan appears, and on seeing our boy, she wonders why he's there. Then, she notices the girl he is speaking with. In complete panic, the girl quickly introduces herself as Shu's cousin, Ning Tiantian, since they have to keep everything secret from others. Seeing Shu's cousin, Su Jinyan becomes super excited and offers to join them on the quest. After some time, our protagonist and Jinyan are fighting zombies together, while Tian admires their skills and strength. She can't help but compare herself to Jinyan, who is clearly very strong, while she feels like a mere freeloader. As they're talking, Tian thinks she is going to report to Brother Dai that his girlfriend is cheating with someone else. Meanwhile, Ning Tian is thanking our hero and Su Jinyan for their help. Once Su Jinyan leaves, our boy questions her about the secret of Asura. She reveals that Asura is currently living in Linhai City at the Shiyue Elegance community. Seeing how thoroughly informed she is about him, Xiaoluo, in complete disbelief, orders his pet to attack her. Tiantian is being strangled by Shu's pet, struggling to speak while insisting she'll only explain everything after the competition is over. Our protagonist realizes she's clever to come up with such a plan, so he orders the skeleton monster to let her go, causing Tian to fall to the ground. After this, he warns her to contact him only after reaching level 30, making it clear that killing her won't be difficult for him if she doesn't listen. Ning Tian, still coughing from the incident, promises the secret will stay just between them and insists no one else will ever find out. Yet Xiaoluo, still suspicious of her intentions, starts thinking about leaving his apartment. Meanwhile, in the fourth world, God of War, unrivaled, is looking at the text messages sent by Tian's friends. It's obvious he's the mysterious boyfriend who is now furious at her for cheating. A man standing beside him tries to agitate him further, saying no one is worthy enough to steal the vice leader's girlfriend. So far, they only know the man Tian was seen with is a beast tamer with a pet skeleton king, but his identity remains hidden. Since they are on a mission, the vice leader decides their first priority should be completing the quest, and he orders his guild members to finish off all the dark dragons. At that moment, a shadowy figure emerges from the smoke. As they attempt to recognize him, they see it's our boy, standing with his back toward them. The vice leader challenges him, declaring that he rules this place and that Shu should serve under him. When our boy turns around, the group is stunned to see a new face, finding it hard to believe someone could complete the third world so quickly. Fixing his gaze on our protagonist, Tian's boyfriend warns not to go against the God of War guild. Our hero, not knowing much about this guild, thinks it's best not to get involved with them just yet since he has other quests to complete. As he begins to walk away, the vice leader becomes so furious that he is about to attack, but other members hold him back, trying to calm him down. Now, they gossip about Xiaoluo, doubting that a beast tamer could have cleared the world so quickly, and assuming he must be a top player from Linhai City, since Linhai and their own city, Ganyan, are connected in the fourth world. Looking at the new mission, the vice leader declares he will definitely kill Shu next time. The mission is a hidden opportunity, with a solo fight against the corpse dragon lined up. He instructs his members to help him take down the boss. After some time, they reach the place where the dragons are and rush toward them, the vice leader confident that he can kill the dragons. Suddenly, someone standing in front of the dark dragon attacks him, leaving him in disbelief. Xiaoluo emerges from the smoke, declaring that the boss dragon belongs to him. It quickly becomes clear that it won't be easy, as both want the boss dragon. The vice leader orders one of his members to finish our boy, but Shu wipes him out with a single attack. The vice leader can hardly believe a level 24 player was defeated so decisively. But then his focus shifts to the boss dragon standing next to our protagonist. He finds it odd that the dragon isn't attacking Shu. The truth is, our hero's quest is to protect the corpse dragon from them. Moving forward, Shu summons his skeleton king pet, and the vice leader finally realizes this is the very person with whom Tian cheated on him. Meanwhile, our hero is fully determined to complete this quest, especially after failing the last one. The vice leader grows even more furious, feeling that a mere beast tamer is stealing both his girlfriend and the dragon from him. He immediately orders his men to kill our protagonist as well. The guild members, already finding it hard enough to handle the dragon, now face the added challenge of fighting a mysterious player. Meanwhile, our boy methodically takes down the War Guild members one after another. Assessing the situation, the War Guild's vice leader tells his men to retreat for now and wait until their main forces arrive for a second attempt. Since the quest requires holding out for 24 hours, Shu is certain they'll return, so he decides to stay and prepare. Now he reflects on the vice leader's earlier accusation, confused about how he could be stealing his woman. Afterwards, our hero messages Brother Yao to gather information on the War Guild. It turns out they are the second-ranked guild in Zhejiang Ningbo province, so our boy tells him he just had a fight with them. After researching the guild, Shu decides he needs backup since the opposing guild is exceptionally strong. He instructs the dragon to remain on guard and leaves to get help. Back in the third world, Su Jinyan also learns that Xiaoluo is fighting solo against the War Guild, which makes her worry. She urges her teammates to clear the third world quickly so they can enter the fourth world to support him. Now in the Dark Hall, our protagonist stands before leader Goya and requests help, which Goya grants without hesitation. Shu hadn't expected such support, especially since even the Light Clan never offers help in times of need. Explaining his quest to protect the corpse dragon, he shares his concern about a massive impending attack from the opposition. Goya reassures our boy by placing a hand on his shoulder and promises that they'll help him complete the quest. Suddenly, Shu receives an urgent message that the corpse dragon is under attack and that he must return immediately. He heads back first, while Goya states that darkness will always be there to support him. Back in the corpse dragon zone, the main forces have arrived and are attacking the dragon. As several players rush at it with swords, our protagonist appears and counterattacks. Seeing Shu Luo, the vice leader commands the armed forces to take him out. Summoning his pets, our hero warns them to retreat or face certain death. At this point, Tian Qian, a lightning mage and the guild leader, approaches, declaring he'll handle our boy while instructing others to focus on killing the dragon. Tian Qian's first attack is effortlessly blocked by Shu's pet. Qian is shocked that a beast tamer could be so strong that his attacks are completely ineffective. The group continues to attack our protagonist, but their efforts seem to have no effect on him at all. They're left wondering just what kind of player Shu Luo really is to possess such strength. Chen, unwilling to accept defeat at the hands of a beast tamer, attacks our boy again. Meanwhile, Shu remains determined to complete the quest. At that moment, a large number of dark dragons appear. This is the help our hero had requested earlier. Seeing the arrival of these powerful allies, Qian is visibly frightened, and our protagonist, grinning, asks if they still want to continue the fight. After pausing to consider the situation, Chen orders the War Guild members to retreat, leaving the vice leader in a state of complete shock, since this is a hidden quest he cannot afford to lose. However, the guild leader is not willing to let his members be killed for the sake of a quest. Qian also begins to wonder why the corpse dragon and lord dragons aren't attacking the beast tamer, realizing it seems like Shu is there to protect them and that completing the quest is now impossible. The vice leader eventually agrees with him, but Chen also promises that he will definitely meet our boy again. As for the vice leader, he remains extremely angry at our protagonist due to the misunderstanding caused by Tian's friends. After 24 hours and the completion of the quest, all the dragons are lying on the ground, resting, while Shu is stretched out on top of one of them. The system congratulates him on successfully finishing the quest. Petting the corpse dragon, Shu Luo tells it that it can leave now. As all the dragons take flight, our boy reviews the rewards he received from the quest. His trust level with the Dark Clan has now reached level 3 as well. With these new rewards, our protagonist can easily upgrade his pets, and now his next goal is to reach level 30 to unlock the second pet slot. Additionally, he decides to save the rare rewards for future use. At this moment, Shu receives a message from someone begging for help, prompting him to think about checking it out. In the City of Destruction, it turns out the message was actually sent by Tian's boyfriend as a trap, though he doubts our boy will respond. In the middle of their conversation, our boy suddenly appears, leaving them completely shocked. The vice leader immediately calls for the main forces while advancing toward our protagonist, declaring that they'll definitely kill him today. However, Shu doesn't seem interested in any of their drama and instead asks why the vice leader keeps talking about stealing his woman, since he knows nothing about such a thing. Hearing this, the vice leader becomes even more furious, and at that moment, Tian Qian appears as well. Qian advises the vice leader to back off, explaining that he will handle our hero himself. Qian then offers our protagonist a place in his guild, which offends Tian's boyfriend. As Tian Qian extends his hand to seal the deal, Shu claims that they're underestimating him. In visible shock, Chen questions whether our hero is really challenging them as enemies. Suddenly, someone yells from behind, warning them not to mess with Shu Luo. As they look around, Liu Yao and the Supreme Guild members approach from one side, while Su Jinyan and her guild members come from the other. Both groups are there to take on anyone who dares mess with Shu Luo. The appearance of the Supreme Guild and Misty Pavilion Guild leaves the vice leader quite shocked, while Chen boldly warns them not to go against his guild, boasting about their second-place ranking in the province. Brother Yao, however, retorts that he's far better looking and wealthier than Qian. Su Jinyan steps forward and challenges them, warning that if anyone lays a hand on our boy, she'll show them what the Misty Pavilion Guild is capable of. The War Guild vice leader thinks they can still take them, since both opposing guilds rank lower. Unlike him, Chen argues they shouldn't go through with it. But the vice leader persists, still insisting on a battle. Tianqian steps in, pointing out that the Pro League is coming up soon, so it's not worth wasting their strength on such trivial matters. Hearing this, even the vice leader concedes and apologizes for not thinking it through. He also begins to wonder about the background of our protagonist, seeing that 2 guilds are trying to protect him. Chen, meanwhile, remains determined to recruit Shu Luo for his own guild. Once the War Guild members depart, Liu Yao checks if our hero is all right. As Shu assures them he's fine, Su Jinyan remains furious at the War Guild. Afterward, our protagonist asks why they're all here. In response, both Su Jinyan and Yao simultaneously invite him to join their guild. Realizing they both said the same thing, Su Jinyan and Yao stare at each other, quickly breaking into an argument over which guild Shu should join. Each tries to make a better offer. Su Jinyan says he can name any salary, while Yao promises he'll introduce him to different girls every day. Hearing this, Jinyan yells at Yao for being so shameless, but he insists it's just male desire and claims that joining the Misty Pavilion Guild would never fulfill it. In her frustration, Su Jinyan yells that she can fulfill all his desires, but the moment she realizes what she just said, she quickly tries to explain herself, leaving Shu and Yao appearing to judge her. Ultimately, Shu Luo rejects both guilds, explaining that his primary focus is on leveling up. With that, our protagonist walks away, leaving the two guild leaders behind. Watching him go, both wonder if he's really heading to join their quest, since the Hall of Light is in the opposite direction. They don't realize he's actually joined the Dark Dragons. Meanwhile, in the real world, Ning Tiantian's boyfriend is researching the Dark Clan. Upon realizing Shu has joined it, he notes that there's a hidden quest associated with the Dark Clan, one considered so difficult that no one ever attempted it, always believing it to be fake. Now, he sees it as the only way to defeat Shu Luo. Back in the Fourth World, Su Jinyan, Yao, and several other players are trying to subdue the Divine Dragon, which is agitated because someone has stolen its egg. As they look behind, they see our hero also standing there, indicating he's present for the quest as well. They offer to form a team to take on the Dark Dragons together, but Shu explains that his mission involves fighting the Light Dragons instead, leaving them puzzled. At that moment, they spot a level 35 Light Dragon in the sky, visibly angry about something, likely the stolen eggs. Since Su Jinyan and Yao aren't involved, they don't worry. But then the Light Dragon begins attacking our protagonist, indicating he's the one who took the eggs. Unaware, Su Jinyan and Yao try to reason with the Divine Dragon, not realizing the full story. Even though Shu is using a shield, he still takes damage from the Divine Dragon and loses 2,720 HP. With the dragon's continuous attacks, his shield eventually shatters, forcing our hero to leap away from the immediate danger. Everyone watching tries to figure out why the dragon is targeting our protagonist, but since these dragons can smell their eggs, it becomes clear he's the one suspected of stealing them. Lu Yao gets extremely hyped when he realizes this connection. Shu Luo argues he isn't the one who stole the eggs, making it seem even more suspicious that the dragon is attacking him. Perhaps it has sensed that our boy is actually part of the Dark Clan. Without hesitation, Shu summons his pets to shield him, but the relentless attacks keep chipping away at their HP, making it evident that if the fight drags on, our protagonist could die today. It turns out this whole scenario was a trap orchestrated by the vice president of the War Guild. Su Jinyan and Yao both order their guild members to assist our boy, convinced that Shu would never do such a thing. Su Jinyan also tries to reason with the Light Dragon, but the dragon demands proof of Shu's innocence. Without proof, it threatens to kill everyone present. At that critical moment, Tian arrives, claiming she can prove our protagonist's innocence. Seeing her defend Shu, her boyfriend becomes extremely angry. Tian then presents an image crystal, revealing footage of the true thief behind the egg theft. The footage exposes the vice president, Wu of the War Guild, as the real culprit. After showing this, she points him out, standing on a cliff with other guild members. Realizing he's been exposed, Wu starts yelling at her. The Light Dragon then approaches Wu and his group, demanding to know the whereabouts of the eggs. All of them are visibly terrified, knowing they have already sold the eggs. The dragon, furious, kills them and then flies away. Su Jinyan expresses her gratitude to Tian for helping them, saying they would have been doomed without her intervention. Tian is delighted to finally be useful. Now, our hero is determined to hunt down every War Guild member responsible for starting all of this. Meanwhile, in the God of War Guild quarters in Ganyang City, some members report that Vice President Wu Di and his group are being chased by the Divine Dragon, while Shu is killing War Guild members one by one. They relay this information to their leader, Tian Qian. In response, he orders his men not to let anyone enter the Fourth World and to expel everyone involved in the egg theft. However, a man standing nearby suggests he reconsider, since the Pro League is about to begin. Tian Qian, unfazed, further orders the recruitment of new guild members, announcing that he will take care of that beast tamer himself. In the real world, the realtor calls our hero to ask if he wants to check out a new apartment near Shiyue Yachting, so Shu agrees to view it later today. Meanwhile, a delivery man stands in front of an apartment door. When he knocks, Ning Tian opens it and, seeing who it is, immediately realizes the delivery man is none other than Wu Di. As she tries to close the door, Wu holds it open with one hand and enters her apartment, claiming that nothing can stop him from finding her. Moving backward in complete fear, she wonders what he wants from her. Wu states that she got him kicked out of the guild and, after ruining his entire career, she is now joining the league with that beast tamer. Ning Tian tries to clarify that she isn't involved with him and was just trying to save an innocent person, but Wu clearly isn't buying her explanation. Without listening to anything she says, Wu Di leaps at her, knocking her onto the bed and pinning her down. With tears in her eyes, Ningtian yells for help again and again. At that critical moment, a hand grabs Wu Di by the collar and throws him onto the ground. The person is none other than Xu Luo. Seeing our protagonist, Tian runs to him and hugs him tightly. Witnessing this, Wu Di becomes even more furious, but Tian, still crying, insists she has nothing to do with him. Ignoring her, Wu lunges at her, threatening to kill her, but Xu first strikes him in the back and then lands a punch right on his face. Stunned by the sudden attack, Wu Di crashes to the floor, blood streaming from his nose and mouth. As she tries again to explain her relationship with Xu, our boy interrupts, uninterested in such talk, and asks if she is the one living next door to him. She explains that she only saw him there once and then met him in the alternate world. Hearing this, Xu wonders why she keeps calling him Asura. Tian answers that she once saw the name on a letter delivered to him. She then shows him that letter, which is about the Pro League. It seems like our protagonist is beginning to trust her, but he's determined to find out who sent that letter. After walking out of her apartment, he hands the letter back to her, saying she should keep it for herself. Ningtian begs him to let her stay with him since Wu Di now knows her address. Even though our hero initially tries to refuse, Tian pleads, explaining she has nowhere else to go and her financial situation is dire. Remembering her help, Xu transfers her 100,000 yuan, a bonus from the city tournament, clarifying that she doesn't need to pay it back. As he walks down the stairs, Tian talks to herself, lamenting that no one likes a freeloader and a loser like her. Meanwhile, our boy stands before leader Goya, and it's clear he has now earned complete trust from the Dark Clan. Goya promises him a special task that will grant rare rewards. Moreover, Shulo has reached level 30 and is considering changing his job before taking on new quests. To complete this job advancement, our hero must finish a quest. As he steps out of the portal to the designated quest location, the system notifies him that leaving the map will result in a 3-level drop. Then, a map appears before Shu, showing all the directions with a red dot in the center pointing to his destination. Analyzing the map, our protagonist prepares himself to face this mission. As he begins walking, Shu notices a large number of skeletons and bones half buried in the sand. He senses something suspicious in the air, and as soon as our boy glances behind him, he sees a group of skeleton demons emerging from the sand, advancing in his direction. To fight them, our protagonist orders his dark skeleton king pet to attack. However, the moment the skeleton king charges, all the skeleton demons leap on it at once, preventing it from striking back, which leaves our hero completely shocked. With no other option, Shulo attacks the demons himself using his staff. At this point, he realizes that pets are not allowed in this job advancement quest. Now his main priority is to reach the center of the map and figure out the real situation. Leaving the skeleton demons behind, our protagonist sprints toward his destination. As he nears the center, our boy senses an unusual peace and calmness in the air, though he can't pinpoint the reason. After running for some time, Shu finally arrives at the target location and sees a gigantic crystal floating in the air. This is the shackles of the mirror image, the focus of his quest. While keeping an eye on his surroundings in case anything appears, our boy touches the crystal with his staff, activating it and instantly being pulled inside. Shu finds himself lying on the floor, and as he stands up, he realizes he's now in a new place. Soon, a mysterious phenomenon unfolds before our hero, and a doppelganger of Shu appears in the scene. Upon seeing his double, our hero immediately charges at him, but the doppelganger dodges using a staff identical to our boy's own. Now both are locked in combat, but nothing seems to be effective, as they match each other not only in appearance, but also in strength. Suddenly, a realization strikes our protagonist. His doppelganger is merely copying his moves and lacks true human instincts. Everything becomes much more intriguing to Shu, because now that he's found his enemy's weakness, he's more than ready to fight back. Continuing the fight, both opponents relentlessly attack each other, but this time, Shu increases his speed, launching rapid strikes so swiftly that his doppelganger has no time to copy them. After a fierce struggle, our hero finally manages to overpower his doppelganger. As he delivers the finishing blow, our protagonist declares that a fake can never truly replicate the real one. Instantly, his enemy vanishes, and as Shu begins to walk away, a yellow light bursts from his chest, signifying that the quest has been completed. This means his job skill level has reached S rank. Now, as Shu emerges from the quest arena, he's already thinking about finding a new, stronger pet since his second pet slot is now open. Alongside this, our boy continues leveling up his skills, preparing for the next challenge. Next, he must fight the light dragons to earn enough trust from Goya and qualify for the special mission. Meanwhile, in the woods, Wu Di has managed to track down Tian once again and is now hurling curses at her. In his quest for revenge, Dai either kills or scares away any player who tries to team up with her. He even kicks her, knocking her to the ground, all the while ranting about her relationship with our protagonist. When he starts speaking harshly about our boy, she attempts to defend him, prompting Wu Di to challenge her to call Shu over. In the midst of this confrontation, one of Dai's men nervously points out something in the distance. Shu Luo is approaching. Wu Di remains confident that he will finally reclaim his pride, while Tianqian is simply happy to see our hero arrive. Wudi orders all his men to attack together, hoping to give Shu no chance to counterattack. A grin spreads across our boy's face, eager to test his newly acquired skills. Before the fight can begin, however, Tianqian and several other members appear, halting the attack against the beast tamer. Wudi is visibly annoyed, insisting Tianqian should focus on his own guild members instead of Shu Luo. Without even glancing at him, Tianqian calmly responds that he makes his own choices. He then approaches our boy, apologizes on Wudi's behalf, and even offers our boy a position as vice leader in the war guild. Our protagonist declines, stating that he wants to avoid any drama. Turning toward Ning Tiantian, our hero hands her a liquid potion. At that very moment, Shu receives a text message from Liu Yao, who claims that he and Su Jinyan are in extreme danger. The scene shifts to Su Jinyan, Liu Yao, and their guild members, who are battling two giant mutated dragons. They follow a carefully crafted plan, attacking the dragons according to their strategy, but it quickly becomes clear that their attacks aren't having any effect. At this crucial moment, Shu appears in the scene. Seeing him, everyone's spirits are lifted, and Su Jinyan quickly warns our boy about the dragon's resistance to magic. Since these mutated dragons are part of the Light Clan, defeating them is actually beneficial for our protagonist, offering both a chance to contribute and an opportunity to test his new skills. Shu's first move is Frozen Wasteland, and the sheer damage convinces Jinyan and Yao that he has successfully passed the second job advancement and reached S rank. Our hero continues his relentless assault, steadily weakening the dragons. Seeing their chance, Yao orders the guild members to add their attacks. With everyone working together, they finally manage to bring the dragons down. Despite the impressive damage Shu delivers, he still isn't satisfied, determined to secure an even stronger pet soon. In his excitement, Yao again invites our boy to join his guild so he can participate in the Pro League. However, Su Jinyan stands silently nearby, which strikes brother Yao as odd since the two usually argue over this topic. It seems Jinyan feels her guild isn't worthy enough for such a high-level member. Just then, a Supreme Guild member rushes over with urgent news. The God of War Guild is currently fighting against some powerful, mysterious professionals, so strong that they have even killed the guild leader. This raises suspicions toward our protagonist, but Shu quickly denies any involvement. Both Jinyan and Yao breathe a sigh of relief, but our hero is left wondering which group could possibly be strong enough to take down such a formidable guild so quickly. Another notification appears, congratulating Shu on reaching level 5 trust with Goya, the maximum possible. Delighted, our hero returns to the Dark Hall, where Goya welcomes him, declaring Shu is the first player in thousands of years to meet all their requirements. Now the Dark Clan needs his help with a special mission. Goya explains that the Dark Clan has long sought to take over Dragon Valley and wipe out the Light Clan, but has been thwarted by the Divine Dragons and the Royal Guard. Shu's mission is to eliminate the entire Royal Guard. Because they reside in a forbidden place that the Dark Dragons cannot enter, only a human like our boy can reach them, making him their last hope. The mission notification appears before our protagonist, Glory of the Dark Clan. If Shu fails to complete the mission, it will disappear forever, and his trust level with Goya will drop to 0. Accepting the risk, our boy takes on the mission. Goya places a hand on his shoulder and wishes him good luck, assuring him the Dark Clan will help keep the Light Clan out of the Forbidden Zone. Sometime later, Shu walks out of the portal and enters the Forbidden Zone. He is not allowed to leave this area, or else the mission will be considered a failure. He is only allowed to use the portal as a login and logout point, and cannot leave the Forbidden Zone until the mission is complete. As soon as our boy enters the zone, a group of level 35 dragons charges at him, prompting him to start fighting immediately. One of the dragons launches an attack so powerful it would have killed Shu Luo, but thanks to his equipment and pet, he survives. This assault makes our protagonist wonder whether someone is actually controlling these dragons. At that moment, a knight riding a dragon appears before them, and suddenly everything clicks for Shu. Now he understands the source of the dragon's powerful attacks. Our hero orders his pet to act as a shield against the fire the dragons are spewing while he maneuvers to attack them from behind. If this plan works, Shu believes he can definitely defeat the Light Clan. The Skeleton King distracts the dragons, allowing our boy to strike with his fire magic. At one point, the guard dragons attempt to escape, which Shu cannot allow. He and his pet coordinate attacks, finally succeeding in taking down several of them. Assessing the situation, our protagonist realizes it's more effective to kill the knights first, since they're the ones controlling the dragons. However, with so many knights present and his mana rapidly depleting, he decides to return to the real world to get more potions. Although mana is fairly cheap in the alternate world, its price is double in the real world. Purchasing large quantities is bound to raise suspicion. Then Shu remembers that Brother Yao's father owns the largest pharmacy in all of Linhai City. So our protagonist sends Yao a message, asking about mana and stating his intention to buy 2,000 bottles. Although Yao questions him about this enormous order, Shu Luo gives no real explanation. Without pushing further, Liu Yao assures him that he'll receive a call soon to arrange the mana delivery. Since it will take some time, our hero decides to rest before returning to the Forbidden Zone. He lies down on his bed to get some sleep. Meanwhile, in the Supreme Guild building, Brother Yao is discussing with his assistant why he can't just give free mana to Shu Luo. The assistant claims they should put some pressure on him to make him join their guild. Yao suggests they could even reduce his salary so he truly understands the value of being in the guild. Just then, someone bursts into the room, announcing that their guild members and those of the Misty Pavilion Guild were attacked by anonymous professionals in the Fourth World, resulting in many deaths. Hearing this news, Liu Yao becomes extremely furious and immediately calls for an online meeting. After some time, Brother Yao also arrives at the location where the other members are fighting against the professionals. Meanwhile, Su Jinyan urges everyone to retreat as much as possible, pointing out that once they reach the safe zone, nobody will dare to attack them there. At this moment, Yao steps onto the scene, declaring his support for Su Jinyan and her guild members. Just then, the enemy leader orders his group to stop fighting, claiming that both guilds are too weak to pose any real threat. This enemy group turns out to be the Wuji Guild, which is ranked #1 in the entire province. However, the Wuji Guild is based in Tianling City, while the Fourth World is connected to Linhai and Ganyang City, so everyone wonders how Wuji managed to arrive here. It appears this was part of their plan to eliminate members of other guilds before the upcoming tournament. Looking at Jinyan, Wu Haoding, the vice leader of Wuji, boldly offers her the chance to be his girlfriend, but another man warns him not to go against the orders of their leader. Here, Yao challenges them in our hero's name, claiming there is a beast tamer strong enough to wipe out the entire Wuji Guild alone. Haoding accepts the challenge, eager to meet this beast tamer, but since Shu is stuck in the Forbidden Zone, he can't respond. Consequently, Haoding orders his men to kill all the others except Jinyan. At this moment, a notification appears, congratulating the user Zero on completing a unique mission. This revelation shocks everyone, as the supposedly mythical hidden quest is revealed to be real. Su Jinyan and Yao are both thrilled, knowing Shu will show up at any moment. The Wuji Guild members now advance toward Yao and the others with deadly intent. Meanwhile, in the Forbidden Zone, Shu and his skeleton pet sit together, both covered in visible injuries. After receiving Yao's text about the Wuji Guild, our protagonist prepares to help, but first returns to see Goya. Inside the Dark Hall, Shu receives several high-level skills and equipment. Goya asks him to wait a moment, explaining that the Dark Clan wishes to bestow another reward, an egg that was formed thousands of years ago, containing the lifeblood of the Dark Clan's matriarch. From this day forward, this dragon will obey only Shu's commands. The scene returns to Su Jinyan and Yao, who are still locked in battle with the Wuji Guild. Not only are the leaders formidable, but even the regular Wuji members prove extremely strong, making it very difficult for Su Jinyan and her team. When a blue-haired guild member suggests killing Su Jinyan first, Haoding refuses, but the blue-haired man ignores him, rushing at Su Jinyan and swearing to kill her in front of everyone. His sword is about to strike Jinyan when, suddenly, someone launches a brutal attack, knocking him to the ground. It's Shu Luo, placing his foot on the Wuji member's chest, and declaring that they never should have dared touch his people. Wu Haoding and the other Wuji members charge toward our hero, determined to avenge their fallen comrade now lying defeated on the ground. With Shu no longer hiding his ID, they all recognize him as the legendary player Zero. After killing the blue-haired attacker, our protagonist calmly walks forward, asking if anyone else is eager for death. Still unable to accept that a beast tamer could be so powerful, Wu orders his men to attack. To prove his strength, Shu Luo launches a relentless assault, leaving the Wuji Guild with no choice but to retreat. As they flee, Haoding is determined to uncover everything about the beast tamer's background. Once the Wuji Guild is gone, Su Jinyan and Liu Yao thank our boy for his timely intervention. At this point, Tian Qian also appears and invites our hero to join his guild. So now, instead of just 2, 3 guilds are competing for him. Here Shu proposes that each of them give him $1 million, promising he will pay it back. Su Jinyan ups the ante, offering $3 million since she knows he intends to start his own guild. Yao advises Shu to think twice, pointing out that running a guild is no easy feat. Still, our protagonist is determined, explaining that in his previous life, he died before he could ever create a guild. After some more conversation, Shu takes his leave, explaining that he has other matters to attend to. Back in the Dark Hall, our boy focuses on evolving the baby dragon. Although the dragon is still in its juvenile phase, it has already reached elite rank, suggesting it will become even more formidable as it matures. Now our protagonist is eager to test his new pet's skills. Meanwhile, the blue-haired player from the Wuji Guild is back, intent on getting his revenge. He starts chasing Su Jinyan, but Wu Haoding steps in to help her escape. The blue-haired player insists Haoding should step aside, explaining it's the guild leader's order to kill all members of the guilds based in Linhai City. Moreover, in his attempt to save Jinyan, the leader has already expelled Haoding, which, according to the blue-haired player, gives them every right to kill him as well. Despite their combined efforts, Su Jinyan and Wu Haoding are no match for their attackers. Just as things look grim, Shu enters the scene with his dragon. The blue-haired player offers our boy a place in their guild, promising him a chance to stay alive only if he accepts. In response, our protagonist kills him, declaring that he doesn't need anyone's chance because he stands on his own. Seeing their vice leader fall before their eyes, the remaining Wuji Guild members immediately retreat. Seizing the moment, Shulo invites Haoding to join his guild, noting that the Everlasting Guild has already expelled him. Both Jinyan and Haoding are completely shocked by the offer. Our hero goes further, offering a monthly salary of 50,000. Haoding accepts, then asks about the guild. Shulo explains the name is Destiny Hall, and right now there are only 2 members, himself and Shulo, but our protagonist assures him that more members will join soon. In a quieter moment, Wu whispers to our boy, asking if Su Jinyan is his girlfriend, but without answering, Shu simply walks away with Jinyan. After registering his guild, our boy finds that only players below level 30 are showing up to join, which makes sense since professional players wouldn't be interested just yet. At that moment, Shu hears a girl screaming for help. It's Ning Tiantian, running ahead while a group of men chases after her, demanding money. She falls to the ground, desperately trying to explain that these problems are all Wu Di's doing and she isn't involved. One of the men approaches her, saying she has to pay somehow, and if she doesn't have money, they'll take payment with her body. Like always, Shu comes onto the scene and kicks the man off Tiantian's body, stating that he can pay whatever amount of money they want. The man, however, rushes toward our boy to attack him, but Shulo uses his skills to send the thug flying far away. Seeing this, the other thugs, upon realizing he is the legendary player Zero, immediately run away. Shu then asks Tiantian if she's alright. As she tries to explain what happened, our boy, uninterested in any more drama, is about to leave. However, Tian, now frightened by the thugs, starts following him, so Shu agrees to take her along. After a while, they reach an area filled with sand and dunes, a place that appears completely new to Tian but is familiar to our protagonist. Suddenly, they are attacked by the Stone Dragons clan. Our hero fights back, making sure to keep Tiantian safe as well. Observing that these dragons possess control-type abilities, Shu summons his own dragon, who is equipped with both controlling and healing powers. He then asks Tian about her profession, learning that she is a Holy Light Priest, an elite class. The effect of a Holy Light Priest is that all her skills can remove current control effects from any target. Having such a healer beside him could make our protagonist nearly unbeatable. Recognizing her value, Shulo invites Tian to join his guild, and she agrees without hesitation, though she feels she is nothing compared to others. Shu reassures her, insisting that her abilities are extremely valuable in his eyes, and that she is the strongest healer among them. After this, he sends a message along with their location to Haoding, telling him to come over. 10 minutes later, Haoding arrives, worried that Shu might be in trouble, but our boy simply introduces Ning Tiantian as the new guild member. After the introduction, Haoding immediately asks about her profession, and upon hearing it, becomes very excited. He whispers to our protagonist that other guilds offer 3 million a year for such elite professionals, meaning they are very fortunate to have found her. Shu suggests they save that discussion for later, and concentrate on their current objective. Their main priority is to clear the 4th world before the global tournament, which is set to begin in just 3 days. Hearing this, both Haoding and Tian are left completely shocked. Hearing this, Haoding becomes visibly anxious, realizing that there are only 3 of them and, even worse, one of them hasn't even reached level 30 yet. Shu suggests that both of them complete their second job advancement before the tournament begins, but first, they need to increase their levels. To help with this, he takes both of them to complete various quests, using the support of his pets, while our boy mostly sits back and lets them gain experience. Seeing how powerful our protagonist is and that he has a dragon pet, everyone watching can't help but feel envious. After analyzing the situation, Shu is confident they're ready to attempt the second job advancement. 2 days pass, leaving them with just 1 day left to clear the 4th world if they want to participate in the tournament. Since they've completed all the necessary quests, they're now eligible to challenge the job advancement. The next day, they arrive at the palace where the boss, a dark divine dragon, awaits. Because this dragon is from the Dark Clan, Shu Luo must now face his own allies to clear the alternate world. Wu Haoding steps forward, insisting that the others stay back while he takes on the dragon alone, but he can't even withstand a single attack. Shu sends his Skeleton King to protect Haoding and then suggests both Haoding and Tiantian stay behind while he handles the dragon with his pets. Being a level 35 divine dragon, its resistance is extremely high. Thinking on his feet, our protagonist orders the Skeleton King to control the dragon while he launches various attacks against it. At the same time, he instructs Tiantian to keep healing his skeleton pet. After a tough battle, Shu and his team finally manage to defeat the dragon with everyone's help. Haoding is in disbelief at how Shu was able to kill a level 35 dragon. Having cleared the 4th world, Our hero asks them to meet up in the real world to prepare for the tournament. All of them seem incredibly excited to gather as members of their Destiny Hall guild.